listening to 100.
Pulling no return, I ain't going back. Thought I couldn't do it, had to show you that. I ain't got no feelings, it ain't no love. I ain't never changed, I just glowed up. Why you talking dope, you ain't sold none. Ain't no double cup, but I be pulled up. I ain't got no dick for a broke bitch. Always talking money, you ain't know shit.
You ain't smoke nothing, you ain't know nothing. Niggas tryna build a business off of dough money. I ain't got no love, bitch, I'm cold-blooded. Not believing what you saying, gotta show something. Just got me a new DG, hit me 400. Got it for the low, we sellin' whole onions. Just ran up a check, but I need more money. Just me and my head is how we gon' duck. Serve a lot of dope, pack a lot of poles. We be throwing foes, we from Thomas Road. And the block be high like it's Holly Grove. I've been off the porch since the snotty nose. Hey, we don't rock with snakes, we don't honor those. Niggas got the flock and they partner toe. Gave my heart to a bitch, she put it on herself. And I can't blame nobody, put it on myself. Yeah, you did what you did, that was how you felt. And that was your true colors, that was nothing else. Young niggas living fast, couldn't see the future. I done took a lot of losses, had to keep it moving. Lot of crazy shit I seen, it had me influenced. Like how you supposed to be OG, but ain't no leader to it. I'ma be on in like bum nil. Stand 10 toes down, I don't jump shit. Pulling no return, I ain't going back. Thought I couldn't do it, had to show you that. I ain't got no feelings, it ain't no love. I ain't never changed, I just glowed up. Why you talking dope, you ain't sold none. Ain't no double cup, but I be pulled up. I ain't got no dick for a broke bitch. Always talking money, you ain't know shit. You ain't smoke nothing, you ain't know nothing. Niggas tryna build a business off of dough money. I ain't got no love, bitch, I'm cold-blooded. Not believing what you saying, gotta show something. Just got me a new DG, hit me 400. Got it for the low, we sellin' whole onions. Just ran up a check, but I need more money. Just me and my head is how we gon' duck.
Y'all had the avenue sold up. We was running to their cars when they drove up. We got big dimes, we got swolled up. Ain't no 6'9", I ain't told none. There's no let up on you niggas, never slowed up. I'm too busy going crazy, I'm a bone thug. Did a lot of dirt, I pray that God forgive me. I made so much money off that Bobby with me. Ain't gon' never end, they ain't gon' stop the killing. It's only one thing dying down, that be the opposition. I just put my baby mama on the blacklist. She replying to the hoes that be commenting. I just stuck on 30 shots and it's my stick. We gon' wet up any nigga that be dry snitch. And I'ma be on win like bum nil. Stand 10 toes down, I don't jump shit, bitch. Pulling no return, I ain't going back. Thought I couldn't do it, had to show you that. I ain't got no feelings, it ain't no love. I ain't never changed, I just glowed up. Why you talking dope, you ain't sold none. Ain't no double cup, but I be pulled up. I ain't got no dick for a broke bitch. Always talking money, you ain't know shit.
You ain't smoke nothing, you ain't know nothing. Niggas tryna build a business off of dough money. I ain't got no love, bitch, I'm cold-blooded. Not believing what you saying, gotta show something. Just got me a new DG, hit me 400. Got it for the low, we sellin' whole onions. Just ran up a check, but I need more money. Just me and my head is how we gon' thug it.
We Japanese still. You getting cooked in front of your family? Like a Japanese meal. It's just shoot the hibachi and none of you niggas can stop me. But can't help but watch me. Wow. Yo, I should have been made this video, man. This video has been in my mind, like in the deep recesses of my mind. And I'm just now getting to it. Been very very busy with the business and whatnot. But I did want to do this video. And as the saying goes, strike when the iron is hot. I missed my opportunity because Joe Budden took the video down, y'all. Joe Budden took the video down where Umar Johnson and his co-host Ish were arguing. And the argument was about interracial marriage. So what Joe Budden did was, I guess because he seen that this was a hot button issue and he was getting a lot of views, he made the video Patreon exclusive. So yeah, that's that. That's the video I wanted to cover. That's the video. So we're gonna go over his Breakfast Club interview about his feelings against interracial marriage. We're gonna bring up one of his idols, one of a lot of these Afrocentric idols, Marcus Garvey, his views on anti-miscegenation, where they get these views from, racial purity, all these ideas. And this is what's so funny. He'd be like, white supremacy, this white supremacy culture. All these ideas that you are spouting and regurgitating is literally from white supremacists. So we're gonna deal with a little bit of that tonight. Hopefully, we don't take too long. I gotta get up early. I know, I gotta go chase that chili, man. But yeah, I wanted to do the video with him and Ish. And there's a few clips still surviving and floating around on YouTube. I will address those. But some of the main points that Umar Johnson was making, I mean, this dude is definitely a grand wizard. That's what grand wizards would do back in the day. That's what the racist whites of the past would do back in the day. They would try to find rationale behind their hatred towards Negroes, towards American blacks. They would try to sit down, write books, have seminars, and spread their propaganda on why it's okay for them to push anti-miscegenation, eugenics, the sterilization of black women, all these things pushing inferiority, pushing the ideas that races should not mix, and mixing is a hateful thing towards God, and making mongrels confuses the races. These are the things that were being said during that time of Marcus Garvey, during the Racial Purity Act, during these times of Woodrow Wilson, the reason why we got income tax and all this other bullshit that we deal with today. This guy is pretty much speaking in the vein of those races that lived back then. How can he be racist? He black. You know how the idiocy that someone in the comments, somebody that's going to leave a comment on the video, the idiocy, I already know, I can predict it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like Luffy from One Piece. My observation hockey is so high, I can see the future. So listen, man, Dr. Umar is definitely a grand wizard. He's playing from the KKK's playbook. He's pushing anti-miscegenation. He's also pushing pretty much the idea that we all are hive mind and individuals don't have the ability or autonomy to make their own decisions. We all got to come together and be like, we got to make sure if you sleep with a woman, her skin got to be black. This is the weirdest thing ever. Modern Homo sapiens has been around for 200,000 plus years. This has never been a thing. Sexual selection has nothing to do with that. This is a modern idea that comes from the mind of white racists, but these people act like I'm being the opposite. I'm doing something different. No, you're playing out of their playbook. You are executing their words to the T. You're reverberating their words to the T. It's the same vein. It's the same energy of a John Powell, Ernest Cox. It's the same talking points as these people. Walter Plecker. These type of people, these are the type of people that Woodrow Wilson, these are the type of people that this guy talking points regurgitates. And you hear this in a lot of Black African YouTube circles where they real pro-Black and all this. They sound just like white supremacists of the 20s and the 30s and even before that time. Right? They sound just like them. It's the same exact talking point. That's why a lot of times you hear the same verbiage. I've heard this guy call someone a bed wench. I heard this guy call someone a coon. That verbiage originates with KKK members. And that's a lot of pro-Blacks and Afrocentrics. They use these type of terms. Some Black Hebrews, they use these type of terms because they are of their spiritual father, the Klansmen. They're of their spiritual father. Umar Johnson wants to be a dictator just like Marcus Garvey wanted to be a dictator over Africa. He wanted to introduce fascism to Africa. He wanted to conquer the whole goddamn continent, which many authors have said that's an impossible endeavor, but that's what he wanted. And he wanted to dominate the inferior tribes. And his words, why? To bring them all under his regime. A lot of these guys favor dictatorship because they don't want individuals to exercise autonomy. When we're talking about choosing a sexual partner, that's autonomy there. That's your personal choice. He wants to make that decision for you based on whether or not your sexual partner is Black or not, or your wife is Black or not, or husband is Black or not. Homo sapiens have been on this earth 200,000 years. It has never been regulated based off of this idea of race or skin. This is brand new stuff. When you look at the history of Homo sapiens, it's a mixture of, it's a history of people moving, migrating, and having sex and intermixing with each other. That's why you have, as we talked about on the shows that we did with DNA and genetics and ancestry and phylogeny. That's why you have L markers, which is normally an African mtDNA related marker, and Europeans, they have these old L1 markers that are specific to that region, because what is that telling you? That African women of the past, maybe 10, 20,000 years ago, migrated and mixed with Europeans. That's all over the globe. People moving and mixing and admixing with each other. So now he's trying to introduce, or reintroduce rather, the idea of the Grand Wizards of the past, the Ku Klux Klan of the past, of anti-miscegenation. It's the same playbook. It's the same talking points. So we're going to get into this clip on the Breakfast Club. I'm really upset because Joe Budden made the video that I did want to cover. He made it a Patreon exclusive, so I'm now able to show you guys that. Before we get into this clip, we aren't covered under the Fair Use Act. But yeah, look in the mirror and say, am I practicing and exercising Grand Wizard rhetoric? Am I teaching Grand Wizard rhetoric, Ku Klux Klan rhetoric? Well, if you're mimicking these guys, you definitely are, because that's where they're getting their talking points from. Throughout the show, you will see the banner, fair use, fair use. I'm doing this as a review, give my commentary. I do not own the rights to this video that we're about to view. We're just giving our commentary, and I'll be pausing the video here and there to do so. So we're going to share the screen here. Hey, and this dude running the bag up too. Here's the thing. This guy's not poor. Look up his net worth. He's getting money off of this. This is why you're polite, polite in prison now. He got caught in this scandal. All these people that push this pro-black card, a lot of these people do the very thing they claim white people are doing. They use and abuse black people. They use and abuse their audience to get money from them, drain resources from them, scam them, and all those things. But it's the white boogeyman that we're supposed to be looking at when this guy right here is using and manipulating his people as well. So what's the point? Who's really the enemy? Which is going to be another point that I'm going to deal with in a segment of this video, because he claims that interracial marriage is the issue with black women not having the ability to get married, which is just such a farce. Such a farce. Anyway, where is it at? Where's the video at? There you go. Voila. Let's get into it.
Let me ask you a question, Dr. Umar. Are you totally against interracial relationships?
I am totally against it, and I want to make sure you understand why.
Mhm.
It's not because... Cut it out, Envy. Cut it out, Envy.
Don't do that, Envy. I'm having a serious
We have
conversation.
a name for it. We have a name for it.
Okay.
The Snow Bunny Crisis.
Okay.
So he said he's totally against interracial marriage. He's totally against, and like I said on social media, on Facebook, I brought this out. Like, one of the greatest methods of cultural exchange has been quote unquote interracial marriage, or people just sexual selection of a multitude of people mixing and swapping genes, having children with each other. That has been the greatest method of cultural exchange, bringing two different cultures together. So you can draw positives from that. This is idiocy. This is idiocy. Because here's the ironic part about this. If he took a DNA test, which I don't know if he did, if he took a 23andMe test, a lot of these guys that are so anti-interracial marriage are the result of interracial marriage. They themselves may descend from a European male or a European female directly. And that's what DNA tests is revealing. That's why a lot of Black Hebrew Israelites get upset. A lot of Afrocentrics get upset. I remember my brother was on the show. He revealed that he had a Scandinavian haplogroup, meaning his ancestors go back to ancient Scandinavia, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But he took issue with that solely because his idea of race. Your ancestor has nothing to do with race. Had nothing to do with that. But my point is this: if he took a DNA test, there is a probability that he himself directly descends from a white European male. So he himself would be he himself would be the product of what we call nowadays call interracial marriage. Isn't that ironic? Isn't that ironic? And here's the thing: the person that these guys venerate, like Marcus Garvey, his DNA goes back to R1b, which is a primarily European, Western European derived haplogroup. So his ancestors go back to European males. These people that put, oh, I hate mongrels. Negro, you are that. You are that. You are the product of that. Now listen to his reasoning. He's going to. I'm going to tell you why. This guy celebrate. This guy running up the bag, teaching this bullshit. He's running up the bag. He's getting interviews on Breakfast Club. He's on all these different platforms. He's on he's on all these different platforms, running up the bag, teaching nonsense. But this is the pinnacle of Afrocentric knowledge. This is the pinnacle. This is what these people aim to do. They want to get to his level so they can make money bullshitting people too.
Let me ask you a question, Dr. Umar. Are you totally against interracial relationships?
I am totally against it, and I want to make sure you understand why.
Mm-hmm.
It's not because... Cut it out, Envy. Cut it out, Envy.
Don't do that, Envy. I'm going to have a serious conversation.
We have a name for it. We have a name for it.
Okay.
The Snow Bunny Crisis.
Okay.
I am against the Snow Bunny Crisis. And I want your white listeners to understand. Because people be trying to say stuff like, he's the Black Hitler. I'm not the Black Hitler. I am in no way interested in hurting or harming the life of any human, white, Asian, Chinese.
Yeah, they're not calling you Black Hitler. See, this is why when I say people become hyper literalists because they know these things do apply. It's a hyperbole. They're calling you Black Hitler because of the ideological statements that you make. The ideological talking points that you make will be more in the vein of Hitler. The idea of eugenics, racial purity, sticking with your own, only having sex and reproducing with those that you deem to be of your race. That's something Hitler will agree with. That's why they call you Black Hitler, not because you got internment camps. People act like they don't have brain cells. They act like you don't got brain cells. They're not calling you that. You can't call me Black. No, you are Black Hitler. You are a Grand Wizard. You are a Black Nazi because of your ideological thought process aligns with a Hitler, with a Nazi. Because that's what they believed in. They believed in racial purity. They believe in anti-miscegenation. They believed in those things. And they tried to justify it just like you about to try to justify it right here. This is the clown shit he does. He's running up the bag, man. He's making money off of this nonsense. Just like Marcus Garvey was making money off his nonsense. And all of the Afrocentrics of the past. Let's go back. Let's catch that from the beginning. Let's rewind that so we can define that.
Let me ask you a question, Dr. Umar. Are you totally against interracial relationships?
I am totally against it, and I want to make sure you understand why. Mm-hmm. It's not because... Cut it out, Envy. Cut it out, Envy.
Don't do that, Envy. I'm going to have a serious conversation.
We have a name for it. We have a name for it.
Okay.
The Snow Bunny Crisis.
Okay.
I am against the Snow Bunny Crisis. And I want your white listeners to understand. Because people be trying to say stuff like, he's the Black Hitler. I'm not the Black Hitler. I am in no way interested in hurting or harming the life of any human, white, Asian, Chinese. I believe in respecting everybody. Mm-hmm. The reason I'm against interracial marriage, Envy and Charlemagne.
Let me stop it right there. It's hard to get through these videos without stopping it because the amount of bullshit is over 9,000. My scouter just broke trying to read the power level of his bullshit. Bro, you say, I respect everybody. No, you don't, because you don't respect people's decision on who they're going to sleep with or who they're going to marry. Obviously, you think that all Black people, all people designated under that umbrella should only have sex with or marry people that have dark skin. So obviously you do not respect people's freedom of choice, freedom to choose what partner or what sexual partner they're going to have, and dealing with someone marriage. That should be a personal choice, not a choice of a dictator named UMAR Johnson. You understand? That's a personal decision. Just like if I'm going to buy a house, that's a personal decision. I'm going to have to pay that mortgage. If I'm going to choose who I'm going to have sex with, who I'm going to marry, because I and ultimately am going to have to live with that person, not you, for the rest of my life. You don't make those decisions. See, that's what these people, they don't believe in self-autonomy. They don't believe that black people have the right to make decisions on their own and choose who they want to have sex with, who they want to marry. He thinks that is his job. And this is why I don't like leftists, because they do this shit with the government. They want an overseer to come in and dictate every aspect of someone's life. You don't make that decision. The individual makes that decision. Who they're going to lie down with, who they're going to live with for the rest of their life, who they're going to make children with. You don't make that decision. That's why I say these Afrocentrists got it twisted, man. That, it's kind of ironic because a lot of these people venerate Egypt. Maybe they want the system of Egypt, where most of the people are semi-peasants except the royals and the priests. They all had to bow down to the crown. And when they died, they got buried in the sand. Meanwhile, the royals and the priests got buried in tombs. You understand? Maybe that's why. Maybe secretly they want that type of lifestyle where they're on top and everybody else are peasants. You do this, you do that. You married? No. This is America, damn it. These people got rights. They can marry who they want to marry. I know that eats you black Nazis up, you black Hitlers up, because you want to dictate every aspect of everybody's life, and you think that you control everybody's life based on skin color. Oh, y'all all black. Therefore, you must do what I say. You must sleep with this person. You must pick this person as your sexual partner or your marriage partner. You must do that. You must do this. They all believe in that. You must follow who I tell you to fuck to follow. You must like what I tell you to like. You must eat what I always tell this story. I remember going to a place called Freshie in downtown Dallas. It's a healthy, like a health restaurant, right? Like the food is like healthy choices in there. And I got the lemongrass soup, and the lady told me, "Why you getting that? That ain't nigga food." I was like, "Hold up. What the fuck? It's nigga food." I'm gonna go to Walmart, and there's a section right there, and like, where you go for the animals and stuff, and right there it says it's a big ass bag of Ames, and it says nigga food on it. This is the ideological insanity that we're dealing with. People have different tastes, people have different opinions, people have different views of life. And here's the thing with Afrocentrics, all y'all can do is bitch and moan about your ideas of racial purity and shit like that. Nothing's going to change. For the last 200,000 years of Homo sapien history, we've been intermixing. Get that through your small. I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say that. I can go. I can go in, man. I can go in Chopper City BG style 96. You know what I'm saying? I can go in. But let's get back to the clip. Man, I wish I could have did the other video. I really wanted to do the other video. Damn, Joe Budden, you ruined that one. But anyway.
Man, it's because to understand. Because people be trying to say stuff like he's the black Hitler. I'm not the black Hitler. I am in no way interested in hurting or harming the life of any human, white, Asian, Chinese. I believe in respecting everybody. Mm-hmm. The reason I'm against interracial marriage, Envy and Charlemagne.
No, you don't. You don't believe. I got to reiterate this shit again. You don't believe in respecting everybody because you don't respect black people's choice in a sexual partner. You don't respect that. You believe you should have the authority to stop them from choosing who they want to have sex with, who they want to marry, who they want to reproduce with. All right, let's go back.
Bunny crisis.
Okay.
I am against the snow bunny crisis. And I want your white listeners to understand, because people be trying to say stuff like he's the black Hitler. I'm not the black Hitler. I am in no way interested in hurting or harming the life of any human, white, Asian, Chinese. I believe in respecting everybody.
Mm-hmm.
The reason I'm against interracial marriage, Envy and Charlemagne, is because marriage is an economic contract. It's an economic contract. Most women do not marry down in status. They marry up. And if you don't believe me, show me a rich white woman married to a broke-ass black man. Have you ever seen a rich white woman?
There was a case of this actor having sex with a homeless man, but that's beside the point. This is all diversion tactics. It's to show me a rich white woman. Bro, you dealing with 1% of marriages. There's 50 million actually. I always have to catch myself. There's about 50 million African Americans. 50 million. And you hyper focusing on basketball players. Oh, basketball players get wiped. That's their decision. They are free to pick whoever they want to sleep with. You don't control them. Dictator, just like Marcus Garvey want to dictate every goddamn thing. Want to dictate every aspect of someone's life based off this damn crazy ass skin color initiative that you got in your mind, idea you got in your mind. And this is why, like, Hebrew Israelites, they do the same thing. They want to dictate all their members, what they can and cannot do, who they can and cannot sleep with, and all this other shit. They want to dictate their whole lives. This shit is cult-like mentality, bro. Cult-like mentality. There's something called autonomy. This is not early dynastic Egypt where you don't have no goddamn rights and you're a semi-free peasant and everything you work for is for the state. We don't live in that. Even though there's a lot of Democrats that want it like that. Woodrow Wilson. And there's still some Democrats that want it like that. Kamala, where the state controls every aspect of your life. You don't even have parental rights under that model. You have no rights. They don't even want you owning shit. This is that mindset. This is why Marcus Garvey said, hey, I invented fascism. Mussolini got fascism from me. That's what he said. That's the system you want to rule Africa with? He said he had to go teach the backwards tribes. Y'all want to preach Marcus Garvey tonight? We can preach it. Because everybody that venerates that bastard never tells you what he actually did and what he believed in, what he taught. You're getting a taste of it with UMAR, because Umar believes in racial purity just like Marcus Garvey. And why Marcus Garvey believe in it? Because he got it from the racist whites. Yeah, the racist whites that put money on his books when he got locked up, came and visited him, wrote him letters. They were best fucking friends. He was cool with the Ku Klux Klan. He was cool with the Anglo-Saxon Club of America, known white supremacist organizations. And y'all venerate that bastard. Disgusting. Despicable. Anyway, well, y'all gonna make me lose my mind. Up in here, up in here.
People be trying to say stuff like he's the black Hitler. I'm not the black Hitler. I am in no way interested in hurting or harming the life of any human, white, Asian, Chinese. I believe in respecting everybody. Mm-hmm. The reason I'm against interracial marriage, Envy and Charlemagne, is because marriage is an economic contract. It's an economic contract. Most women do not.
Here's the reasoning behind it. My reason is it's an economic contract. Most women do not what? Marry down. Maybe he's not maybe he's not hip to the black community and the black African Americans that he talks about so much. Maybe he don't know statistics. I think he's just playing coy. I think he's just playing stupid. Because a lot of times the woman got, forget it. Why speak logic and reasoning? That doesn't exist on the internet. No, you silly fucking rabbit. Go ahead. Stop speaking logic and statistics and stop. I remember a lady on Facebook told me, oh, that dude, it was a football player that made a statement about someone got on him because he married a white woman, and they said, you only met that white woman because you play football. You should stick to with your race, something to that effect. And he responded, so I'm supposed to just marry a pit bull and be miserable? And they said, oh, he called all black women miserable, all black women pit bulls. I'm like, that's not what he said. That's not what he said. But a lady made a comment to me, and she basically said, that's what his ass get. You know, he gonna be in jail for domestic violence. He'll see then. I was like, why would you even wish that on him? Y'all want to wish bad shit on people. Y'all want people's relationships to end. Oh, because it always happens. And actually, that's rare. That doesn't always happen. I mean, it's more common for black-on-black violence to happen. It's more common for a black woman to get attacked by a black man statistically than that to happen. I wasn't talking about it. Yes, you were. You were talking about abuse in relationships, and you were trying to make it seem as if it's a common occurrence between interracial relationships. But statistics shows it happens a lot more often in black-on-black relationships. Is that a condemnation on black-on-black relationships? No. But you're speaking nonsense, stuff that does not align reality. You're only saying that because you hate white people and you're mad that a black man had the audacity to practice self-autonomy and marry a white woman. Because in your mind, you got the Ku Klux Klan living in you and speaking through you that white and black don't mix. You are anti-miscegenation bigot. That's what you are. To the point that you want to wish that the marriage goes into shambles, that he get caught in a scandal, that he lose all his money, that he get accused of abusing her, he go to jail, he do all this evil, wicked ass shit you want to befall on him simply because he chose to practice self-autonomy and pick his sexual partner or his wife. Y'all dudes are vile, man. That's why you get called Black Hitler. That's why. And that's what he meant by pit bull, that type of aggression. Anyway, let me go back.
I'm against interracial marriage, Envy and Charlemagne, is because marriage is an economic contract. It's an economic contract. Most women do not marry down in status. They marry up. And if you don't believe me, show me a rich white woman married to a broke-ass black man. Have you ever seen a rich white woman marry a broke-ass black man? No, you have not, and you never will, because marriage ain't about love. It's not colorblind, and it is totally...
Maybe you should tell the sisters that, because we see women all the time pushing the financial responsibility of the household, making the most money, and a lot of times the men not work at all in these urban communities. Do we condemn black marriage? Did we use your logic and say, okay, blacks should not marry other blacks because there are black men that are sorry as hell and they live off their woman? Should we then use that same logic? Aristotle and dictum, baby. Applied across the goddamn board, but you're not, because you're a racist. Because you're a grand wizard, and that's how the grand wizardry works. That's how it works. It doesn't apply across the board. You gotta just stick it to. You're not sticking it to the white. You're sticking it to black people and telling them they don't have freedom of choice, freedom of any goddamn thing. It must be controlled in all aspects of their life. That's who you're sticking it to. Anyway,
economic. So if marriage is an economic unification and a contract, how can we, who don't have enough already, give so much to the white woman and to white people who have already taken too much when we got all these black women out here who will never get married? Only 1 out of every 4 black women in America will ever taste marriage. And half of them who...
And you must say, what? What? What does interracial marriage have to do with the fact that black women don't get married? What? Those two don't even correlate. This is the trick bag that he getting planted. He running up the bag with this bullshit. So let me get this straight. The lack of marriage amongst black women is due to interracial relationships. That don't even sound right. It has nothing to do with, I don't know, single motherhood. No. Don't bring that up. Don't say that. It has nothing to do with infidelity. It doesn't have anything to do with people's immaturity in the community. It has nothing to do with that, right? It's interracial marriage to blame. It's because these black men are deciding to marry white women. That's why their marriage rates plummet. It has nothing to do with environment and economic issues. It had nothing. No, it's interracial marriage. It's because you niggas had the audacity to marry a white woman. That's why. It has nothing to do with the economic status of these people. It had nothing to do with single motherhood. It has nothing to do with all these surrounding factors that accumulate and add up to that issue. It had nothing to do with that. That's blame, like they always do, a white person or a white issue. That's running away from self-accountability. And that we shit, we ain't French. Speak for your fucking self. These Afrocentrics got that bad. They think they speak for all 50 million African Americans. They think they speak for everybody that has a dark hue in their skin. They think they speak for everybody, not only now, but in the past. They think they speak for everybody who ever existed that had dark skin. That we shit, I hate that we word. You do not speak for every goddamn African American. Speak for your fucking self. Now, I know it's hard to do, and you're right, Black Tassie. He is a race hustler. It's hard for a race hustler to do. You got to use that we word. That we word is offensive to me, man. That's that hive mind shit. We should all think the same. Collective. These guys are leftists as hell. They believe in collective judgment, collective thought. How do they believe in collective judgment? They think people should be blamed and punished for something people they might not even be related to. Your ass might be related to that happened 120 years ago. That's collective fucking judgment. Y'all believe in collective thought, hive mind shit that since you think it, all black people think it. Since you eat this food, all black people eat it. That's that hive mind shit I'll be talking about. That we shit just eats me up, man. Who died and made you the speaker and mind of all African Americans? Your ass ain't even married. The fuck out of here, man. Go back.
Charlemagne, is because marriage is an economic contract. It's an economic contract. Most women do not marry down in status. They marry up. And if you don't believe me, show me a rich white woman married to a broke-ass black man. Have you ever seen a rich white woman marry a broke-ass black man? No, you have not, and you never will, because marriage ain't about love. It's not colorblind, and it is totally economic. So if marriage is an economic unification in a contract, how can we, who don't have enough already, give so much to the white woman and to white people?
Oh my God, I'm sorry. I can't get past this we part, bro. Let's look up Umar Johnson's net worth. Umar Johnson's net worth. This we shit. How could we don't have enough? Collective mindset shit. Net worth. Let's type in here net worth. We shit. Individuals don't exist in a leftist mind. Nobody's an individual. It's just a state and its subjects. It's just a state and its oh damn, somebody Somebody said his net worth cannot be determined. However, allegedly. Let me see this one. Let's see this one. This is on briefly. You type his net worth real quick. Net worth. Someone said it can't be determined, but it's allegedly between 500,000. Oh shit! Did I cook the right one? Y'all see that right there, right? His net worth cannot be determined. However, it's allegedly ranges from 500,000 to 5 million. You got it, bro. Go marry a black woman. I forgot. I'm a what do you say? He's preserving himself or whatever. He's withholding himself from sex, which I don't believe. Shouldn't you practice what you preach? Go marry a black woman, man. Why are you not sharing your economic wealth with the black woman? I thought that's wasn't that what he just was preaching? Oh, okay. I got you. I see where we're going here. I see where we're going here.
Every 4 black women in America will ever taste marriage, and half of them who taste marriage will be divorced within 5 years. If you want to save the black family, you have to protect it. And in order to protect it, you have to be against interracial marriage. You can't say,
you have to be against it. See, again, the main culprit is interracial marriage, but you just said they get divorced. Who are they getting divorced by? This has nothing to do with interracial marriage. See, this is a self-inflicted issue. And you want to blame other groups or the decision to deal with other groups on that. Instead of looking in the damn mirror and saying, on an individual basis, this is why this failed. This is why my community looks like this. This is why I am not as far as I should be in life. Instead of saying, nope, it's somebody else's fucking fault on every goddamn issue. Somebody else should pay for my mistakes. That's why we got the whole leftist issue with paying for SRS, paying for abortions and all that. They want that to come from tax dollars. You know, they want to tax us to oblivion. I think the country netted like $4 trillion. We spent $6 trillion. $4 trillion in tax money, and you spend $6. You understand? And that all comes from no accountability, not making people pay for their mistakes, make everybody else pay for it, and we all suffer for it. That's what that comes from. That's where that stems from. And this is the ideology that he supports, because he's like, it's because you niggas went out there and slept with a white woman while black women can't get married. No. It's economic issues. It's single parenthood issues, child rearing, all these things have culminated, came back to bite this community in the ass. You don't want to bring that up. And it ain't all black Americans. It's usually urban black Americans, because not all black Americans live in urban areas. It's like 40% live in urban. The other 40% live in suburban. And then the last 15 to 20% live in rural areas. So most of these issues is where when black people flock to these blue cities like Houston, Dallas, New York City, Los Angeles, places like that, where they really seeing these issues be exacerbated. And it's the lifestyles, the culture that plays a role in it. The culture is a very negative culture that's pervasive in these regions and actually defended and honored in these regions. People honoring convicts, people going back and forth to jail, committing crime, honoring these things. And if a female chooses to have sex with that person and get impregnated, that had nothing to do with interracial marriage. Oh, she ain't getting married. Well, she chose wrong. What the fuck that has to do with Kobe Bryant choosing his wife? Nothing. Zero, zilch, nada. This is misplaced blame and misplaced anger, but this is the only way Grand Wizards can exist. It's like back in the day, back in the 19th century, you getting mad at the Grand Wizards and stuff, getting mad at black people because they had all the skills. Whose fault is that? You lazy motherfuckers want to sit back and enjoy the toil of another motherfucker's labor. And when they got free, when my ancestors got free, they had all the goddamn skills, and you motherfuckers were not equipped. So what did they do? Made every excuse to go out, lynch, murder, fear tactics, keep black people out of certain sectors. Every excuse. It's the same mindset right here. So looking in the mirror, well, I don't know how to build a bridge because I never set my ass down and learn the skill or learn the goddamn trade. These Negroes do, though. You understand? Always trying to push it off on somebody else instead of looking in the mirror and take accountability. That's the racist mindset right there. And the spirit of these people live in people like Dr. Umar. These people are openly racist. If it was a skinhead saying this shit, you guys would be in disgust.
I love the black family, but I don't have a problem with interracial marriage. Interracial marriage is eliminating the black family because it is not providing our women with enough available and able black men to be their husbands.
So you're
Did y'all hear that dumb shit? Did anybody else? Is anybody awake? Right? Did you hear that? The reason why there's not enough men available for black women to marry is because of interracial marriage, according to Umar Johnson. And this is why I say a lot of these racists, these black Nazis, these grand wizards, these Afrocentrics, they don't live in reality. This is not true at all. You just mentioned that they get divorced at a high rate. If they're getting divorced at a high rate, who are they getting divorced from? Black men. There's plenty of black men out there. It's not a shortage of black men where they're not getting married. And the ratio of men that actually get married to other races versus the ones that do is a fraction of the ones that do marry black women. That's not the issue. Interracial marriage has nothing to do. There's not an inventory shortage like this guy trying to, all black women, all black men are running off of white snow bunnies, and that's why our sisters are being left alone. No, it's poor decision making, economic reasons, child rearing, single motherhood, the criminality of certain sectors of the urban regions is why we see this, because those type of environments are not conducive for marriage. Just not. You got to be a strong, culturally sound people to survive that shit. To grow up in a household where you see that, hey, my mom ain't never had a man. Then that generation creates a child. Then that child don't see it. They don't see it. And then you perpetuate that problem. Only a few people, like we read about the Chinese coming over here because they were so in their own little bubble, their cultural bubble. They did not allow their children to absorb the negative culture because they would go live in these poor regions, but they just would not allow their children to absorb the negative culture around them. You understand? This has nothing to do with interracial marriage. This is all misconception. And this is the thing, these are the same type of people say the white man the devil, the white man the devil. He the one doing the deceiving. He's blaming the lack of available men for black women to be married on interracial marriage. I mean, this got to be like, come on now. This is a clown show, bro. We're watching a damn clown show.
Rich white woman marry a broke ass black man. No, you have not, and you never will, because marriage ain't about love. It's not colorblind, and it is totally economic. So if marriage is an economic unification and a contract, how can we, who don't have enough already, give so much to the white woman and to white people who have already taken too much when we got all these black women out here who will never get married? Only 1 out of every 4 black women in America will ever taste marriage. And half of them who taste marriage will be divorced within 5 years. If you want to save the black family, you have to protect it. And in order to protect it, you have to be against interracial marriage. You can't say, I love the black family, but I don't have a problem with interracial marriage. Interracial marriage is eliminating the black family because it is not providing our women with enough available and able black men to be their husbands.
So it's not just white women. You just feel white women, Asian,
everybody. Nobody should be marrying out the race because there's political consequences, DJ Envy. I'll give you one right now. Naomi Osaka. Am I saying her name right? The tennis sister.
Naomi Osaka, yes.
Naomi, I love the sister, right? She knocked off the greatest of all time, the GOAT, in Serena. But guess what? Who is she representing in the upcoming Olympics? Is she representing Haiti? No, she representing Japan. So here you have
all right, this is idiocy. Who cares? That's a national thing. She chose Japan, or that's the country that she's representing. Big fucking whoop. You upset because of it. You're the one mad because of it. No, she needs to represent a black nation like Haiti. The fuck out of here, man. It got political consequences. That man has sex with a Japanese woman. Now look at the child. The child representing her mother's country and her father's country. These are the idiots that these guys subscribe to, man. That they believe in and buy all their works. These are idiots. Fucking idiots. She represents Japan. Get over it. You have no control over that. You have no say in that. And that's why I say these people don't want autonomy. They don't want people to have autonomy. They want to be able to say, no, nigger, your place is Haiti. That's basically what he's saying. But I love the sister, though. Goofy ass, nigga.
I have African sister. Excuse me, an African sister because there's no such thing as half African. Our genes are dominant. So you got an African sister.
It's hard to watch the whole video through because he say some pseudo every fight. There's no such thing as half African because our genes are dominant. I think I heard Polite say that. I heard that on Sonnet. It'll be reverberated. Our genes are dominant. So if a black person get with any white person, the child is black. That's like, no one's 100% of anything, by the way. If you take an autosomal test, 90% of my genes are sub-Saharan African. Those are the ones we can identify that are distinguished. We're 99.6% similar. Somewhere around there. All humans alive today were 99.6% similar. That's how we know we all branch off from one man, one woman that lived around that range 200,000 years ago. We very similar, but this idea of, if I get with, and here's the thing, if that's the case, then what's the issue with interracial marriage? Because according to you, the child gonna be black anyway. It's black, they're black, y'all, according to you. So what's the fucking problem? These people talk themselves in circles, man. This is ridiculous. What RZA say? The shit is ridiculous.
With a Japanese mother, and instead of going back home to your father's blood, Haiti, to represent the Africans in Haiti, you're instead going to represent the Japanese who've never done anything for black folks and are part of the Trilateral Commission with the American white power structure. But who taught her to play tennis? Did her Japanese mother teach her to play tennis?
This is hilarious, bro. This is hilarious. This guy gets a platform. He gets to teach all this bigotry and shit. I guarantee if this was a clan, white KKK member, people would be up in arms. Oh, y'all giving this guy a platform and spew all this hatred towards black people and all. But this guy can sit up here and lambast one of the greatest tennis players in the modern era because she chose to represent Japan and not Haiti. Last time I checked, Umar, that's her decision, not yours. Get the fuck over it.
tennis, or did a black Haitian father teach her to play tennis? Her black Haitian father taught her to play tennis. It's the African DNA. It's the African ancestors in that girl that's responsible for her tennis success. But it's
I can't watch the rest of this video because every 5 seconds, and I'm afraid I'm not going to be able to go bed on time so I can get up at 5, because every 5 seconds, this dude says something else pseudo. None of that shit has anything to do with her acumen or her skill or anything like that. The point is, she's a great tennis player. There's plenty of people that are African or have African genes or whatnot, and then, you know, they suck at tennis. So I don't understand that damn talking point. But none of this means anything. Ultimately, that has nothing to do with her choice and her autonomy, her self-autonomy to do what the fuck she wants to do. Now, yeah, we got to stand up for the black people. Now, how's that stand up? You telling this black woman, according to him, that she can't do what the hell she wants. She can't represent her mother's country. Who the hell are you to tell her what she can and cannot represent? Dictators, bro. Fascists. What Marcus Garvey say? I invented fascism. Oh, man.
Instead of representing us, she's gonna go represent the Japanese. Well, this is what you got to deal with when you.
She not represent. If she represent the Haitians, that's not representing us. We're Americans, dumbass. This is a national thing. This is a country thing. Japan is a country. America's a country. Haiti's a no. There's another thing too. This is that hive mind shit. If one black person achieves something, we all achieve something. No, that's not how it works. She's achieving that. We can be proud of her achieving those things. You understand? And that's it. You're not even happy for her. You mad because she chose to go with Japan and represent Japan. That's probably where did she grow up? Anybody in the chat, let me know where she grew up at. That's probably all she know. She probably don't know Haiti. You dummy. Most of you guys, like, check the IQ of this motherfucker. Stupid as hell.
Make mixed race African children.
I think hold on, baby. I think her case is a little different though, because she identifies fully as a black woman. She definitely does.
So if you identify fully as a black woman, Charlamagne, why is she not representing Haiti?
I get it, but that's a little asterisk. Because if because she's putting her money in the black causes, she puts her money in the black organizations. She got a black boyfriend. Like
that's not good enough. None of that stuff good enough. A dictator want to control all aspects. He basically saying you did not fulfill the wishes of my African imaginary kingdom in my mind. Where, like Marcus Garvey said, all Africans for that, all that bullshit. No, just because someone's African don't mean they have the same aspirations, the same goals, the same thought process, the same opinions. Oh, she was raised in America, Long Island. Oh, okay, thank you, brother. Because I wasn't sure. I don't know her background. So she chose her mother's country. So obviously she got some love and admiration for the Japanese. And that's fine. Guess who ultimately chooses that? Naomi does. Not UMAR. Appreciate that, Vernon.
She stands up for black causes.
See what Haiti going through?
Oh, 100%. 100%.
So do you know what?
I don't even know if Haiti got a tennis team. So I don't know, to be honest with you.
They don't have to have one. She will win the whole thing. But here's the point. If you look at the political situation that America and France has Haiti in, that they've been in since the Haitian Revolution of 1791, if you look at the fact that the children are being raped.
Here's the irony. There would not be a Naomi if according to Umar, because he's against interracial marriage from the jump. There wouldn't even be a damn Naomi playing tennis, because he would have never met her mother and had sex and reproduced with her to create a goddamn Naomi if Umar had his way. Oh, man, this dude talking in circles again.
Raped, robbed, stolen by whites. If you look at the fact that America and France have sabotaged the Haitian economy and the Haitian society, if Naomi was to represent Haiti one time, she can go back and represent Japan next time. But if she was to represent Haiti just one time, it would shine a light on all the injustices that the U.S. government and the French government are inflicting upon our brothers and sisters in Haiti.
No, it would not. Oh, my. so much stupidity in one video, and it's only a 8-minute video, and we're at the 4-minute marker, and he just spewing nonsense after nonsense, bro. If y'all ever play Killer Instinct, he pretty much did an ultra right there. Ultra. Like he already did the combo. Like, come on, bro. Like you just back to back with it. You just back to back idiocy. You can shine a light on issues in Haiti without her playing or representing Haiti. And again, the choice of her to represent Haiti or not is hers, not yours. Look at his face. Look at his face. He mad. Look at his face. Look at this nigga. Look at this clown, bro. He upset that he can't control everybody that he deems to be African. But at the end of the day, you wish she wasn't born any damn way because she's a product of interracial marriage. Anywho, this is nonsensical.
And it will demand from the international community some answers and some changes. She has a chance to almost rescue an entire nation of people. And
this is Walt Disney. This is Walt. Are y'all listening to this shit? Or y'all just sleeping or dozing? Maybe y'all got to go to work in the morning too. Bro, Naomi can't save a whole goddamn country, man. What the fuck is wrong with these? This is that Messiah complex a lot of these Afrocentrics got. And she would just represent Haiti. It was shine a light, and they would save him, and they would address the problem. Look at his face. Look at his face. Get his face. Problems are not solved like this, dummy. Issues are not solved like this. Anyway.
She won't do it because
I'm not gonna say that
to the Japanese blood. Then why she not doing it, brother?
I'm not saying she hasn't. To be honest with you,
she hasn't what? She's not representing Haiti.
She
has a chance to almost rescue an entire nation of people, and she won't do it because
I'm not gonna say that
to the Japanese blood. Then why she not doing it, brother?
I'm not saying she's
paying next time. But if she was to represent Haiti just one time, it would shine a light on all the injustices that the U.S. government and the French government are inflicting upon our brothers and sisters in Haiti, and it will demand from the international community some answers and some changes. She has a chance to almost rescue an entire nation of people, and she won't do it because
I'm not gonna say that
to the Japanese blood. Then why she not doing it?
Hey, chat, what is he saying right there when he says she won't do it because something to the Japanese blood? That's all pseudo talk. She's respecting her Japanese. What? I don't know what he's trying to say there, man. It's mumbo jumbo to me. Let me look up Naomi Osaka real quick. I'm pretty sure the last thing she cares about is this nigga. Oh, man, she was ranked #1 in the world in singles by the Women's Tennis Association. You know she got bukus of bread, too. He going to probably make a point about she need to be taking that money back to Haiti. Bro, that's her fucking money. She decide where that money goes. What the fuck wrong with niggas, man? Oh, she got a match coming up? Get somebody from Germany. Let me type in Naomi Osaka's upbringing. Where did you go to school at, Naomi? So she was raised in Japan until the age of 3 when her family. So she was born in Japan. She was born in Japan, according to Britannica. Then her father encouraged her to take up tennis while she was in Long Island, New York. So she ain't never even been to She ain't never been to Haiti. Oh, because her dad's Haitian. She got to represent. She got to put on. So you diss the lady because she's of a mixed marriage. She's the result of a mixed marriage. Then you tell her what the fuck she got to do. She got to represent all Haitians. She got to represent all. This is what Britannica says, and maybe somebody can fact check Britannica if y'all got some more information on this. It says here, she was born October 16, 1997 in Osaka, Japan. Nationally, she's a Japanese citizen. What's the problem, you dumb mother? She was born in Japan. Oh my God, bro. This is so dumb. It says, is a tennis player and activist who, with her victory at the 2018 U.S. Open, became the first player from Japan to win a Grand Slam singles title. The following year, she became the first Asian player. Oh, they got her as an Asian. This really gonna piss them off to ascend to the top of the Women's Tennis Association World Ranking. She making history right there. In addition, Osaka is known as an advocate for social justice. What's the problem here? What can somebody in the chat tell me what's the issue with this? She got to represent the Haitians. She can save a whole race. She can save a whole country, a whole nation of black people. If she just raised the banner of Haiti in a tennis game. Look, she was born in Japan, bro. She's nationally Japanese. But, you know, that don't matter to a fool. That don't matter to an idiot. That don't matter to a race hustler. That's not the point. The point is, reality doesn't matter. The point is, I got to sell my merch. I got to sell the idea of me, the idea of struggling, the idea of the constant fight against the whites. The constant fight against the whites. That's the idea that he's selling. That all white people are destroying us, and you black men, how dare you? You betraying the race, and you know, you ain't marrying. Look at this brother. He went and married a Japanese person, and now his child is more loyal to the Japanese blood because it's all about her DNA flowing through her veins, corrupting her mind. Sci-fi shit. This is what these dudes teach, man. And this is why you should stick. Basically, he's saying all this to say this is why black men should stick with their own kind. And I'm here to tell you, don't listen to no damn fool like this. Make the decision for yourself. He ain't got to sleep with that person and live with that person for the next how many years? You do. So you choose who's best for you. Don't let these idiots on the internet try to control every aspect of your life when they don't pay none of your goddamn bills. They don't take care of none of your kids. They don't put gas in your damn car. They don't feed you. They don't do none of that. They don't create jobs for you. They don't point you in the right direction as far as job and skill creation and the ability to attain those things. They don't do that. They don't pay your fucking mortgage. They don't pay your goddamn rent. You do what's best for you, like this brother did. He felt what's best for him was to fall in love with that Japanese woman. He ended up having sex with her, reproducing and creating one of the best female tennis players that we have seen to this date. That's what should be celebrated. But these race hustlers, like Umar Johnson, have flipped this whole thing on his head. Instead of celebrating that she's the first Asian player that's sent to the top of the Women's Tennis Association, instead of celebrating that she became the first player from Japan to win a Grand Slam single title, we ignore all that to push these made-up, conjured-up racial issues. The idiocy. Anyway. I'm tickling ears, man. Let's go back.
Brother,
I'm not saying she hasn't. To be honest with you, I'm pretty.
She's not representing Haiti.
She have not represented Haiti, but she speaks out against so many black issues. She probably has spoken on Haiti. I don't know.
Charlemagne,
but I do see her speak out a lot in regard to the black issues.
Okay. Hold on, wait a minute. Yeah, because she did say she's a social justice activist, whatever. Kedrick just said the smartest thing in the room right now. What is he doing for Haiti? While he's all up in our business. He's too busy trying to extrapolate resources from the very oppressed group of people that he keeps addressing, right? He's the person trying to seize the moment here and use this race hustling thing as a vehicle to extrapolate resources and money from people. That's why I don't trust people that don't work, that don't earn their own damn bread, because at the end of the day, they end up like this guy trying to find ways to suck resources from you. Because they themselves are too goddamn lazy to go out there and find an enterprise or find something to generate some money the right way. You want to come out here and sell your race books and shit, or the idea of race and shit, concept of how black people should do this and do that and the third, and her Haitian father is wrong for getting with that Japanese. Look, he created an issue. No, he created a shining star. He created a champion. He created someone of notoriety. That's what he did. And instead of celebrating that, you come back to this fucking 19th century Nazism and KKK Grand Wizard shit. This is some sick, twisted. Oh my God, this is sick and twisted. But Zach, what are you doing for Haiti? All that we shit. Where's your motherfucking contributions, nigga? You trying to get up on this girl when she doing everything she can in her power and her profession. She's doing her job. She's mastering her profession. And she's doing it at a very high level. You fucking scumbag. How dare you even... This is another thing too, man. Niggas be hating on successful people too. Yeah, what are you doing for the black community? Nigga, you go sow some seeds then. Don't be looking at my garden talking about some, you ain't got no collard greens there. Go grow some fucking collard greens. Where your contributions at? That's that we shit. Ain't no we. Me. Because you don't pay my bills. You don't put a dime on my motherfucking gas. You don't pay none of my insurance. So shut the fuck up. She don't owe you shit. This is that sorry ass nigga stuff I'll be talking about right here. If you feel like something need to be done, you go do it, nigga. You go do it. Go buy a whole bunch of soups and send it over there or something. Obviously, you don't give a fuck because you ain't doing shit. Where the video? Show the videos of that. This is my contributions to Haiti. I care about Haiti. If you care about Haiti so much, nigga, do it. I get tired of this. Always looking at movie stars and stuff like that. What are they doing? What are they doing? And a lot of times they be doing a lot of shit. Like, I disagree with a lot what Dwayne Wade be doing. The paint nail shit is crazy. His son, but that's his issue. They got to live with that. But at least he did put a literacy center in Chicago. He did something. And y'all be talking shit about these people. They be doing way more than you. So do us all a fucking favor, you race hustlers out there. Shut the fuck up. How about that? How about apply that? Shut the fuck up. You sorry motherfucker. You won't do nothing, contribute to nothing, but make these fucking videos and spread your fucking race hustler shit. And siphon money out of these people. That's all y'all fucking do. But want to criticize what another motherfucker. What are you fucking doing, you sorry, lazy son of a bitch? Not a damn thing. All you're doing is going on radio shows and platforms crying about white supremacy doing this and doing that. And you brothers, how could you get a Japanese woman and get a Japanese baby? That's their fucking decision. You don't own the rights to their fucking genitalia. You black Hitler? That's some eugenics shit. They right, you are black Hitler. Got my brother Sean in the building. What's going on, G? Sean. I guess we'll wait until Sean comes into the show. I guess he's not there. Anyway. Yeah, that's big, Keidra. Always conflating the power structure to mean all white people. They do that. That's the collective mindset. That's some DPR North Korea shit. That's leftist shit. Because some people may be doing some evil, wicked, foul things, and we should blame everybody. I don't blame nobody outside of what UMAR is saying on anybody else but UMAR. I'm coming at UMAR. He's the one saying this dumb shit. Oh, now all white people, all this, all that. People always do that. Oh, you said something negative about a black woman? You hate all black women. You hate all of them. You say something negative about black men? You hate all black men. That's that collective mindset. They believe in this, that DPR shit is real, man. These motherfuckers are all leftists. Anyway.
Okay, but until she speaks out for the Haitians and until she do something significant for her father's people, who are responsible for the talent that she got, her father's people, her father who taught her how to play tennis in the first place. If it wasn't for a Haitian father, Charlamagne, she wouldn't be in that position. Show love to Haiti. The point that I'm trying to make.
Look that up, Dan. I'm asking the white man to look something up.
I got you.
Oh, yeah, because I'm sure I'm pretty sure I've heard her speak out against that.
But the point that I'm making is if she represented Haiti in the Olympics, here's what I'm saying, Charlamagne. You can't take a small, soft act of activism and try to use that to replace a major, significant act of activism. You understand? Making 1 or 2 news bites during the context of a press conference is not the same as representing the Republic of Haiti on the international stage. Even if she says something, I don't care about that. You had a chance to represent the people who are responsible for you being who you are, and you chose not to do it. I'm not knocking her. I'm a fan of her. I want to be clear. I'm not knocking my sister.
Didn't he just knock her?
Sean, he just lambasted her. Got all of her case. Degraded her. Told her what she was. What her activism don't mean shit. That's what he just told her.
But as much as I, don't like Charlamagne, he just caught him. He just put him in a trick bag right there, and he had to change up. He had to step. He had to switch his steps. He went from the 2-step to the 4-step.
boy, Cupid shuffling right now.
Bruh.
Oh my God. And I'm reading why she chose in the wiki article, it tells why she chose Japan. Oh my God, bro.
I missed that. I did miss that. I just walked in the door. Had to run out for a second, but I missed that part. You already read that part? On Wiki?
No, I haven't. So I'm looking at the wiki right. Yeah, I'm looking at the wiki right here. It says Naomi Osaka was born on October 16, 1997. And however you say that word, Osaka, Japan, to Leonard Francois, who is from Jacmel, Haiti, and Tamaka Osaka, who is from Nomura, Hokkaido, Japan. So she actually has her mother's last name.
Right.
She has an older sister, Mari, who was a former professional tennis player. The sisters were given their mother's family name as that was the practice when just one spouse held native citizenship. Osaka's parents met when her father was visiting Hokkaido while he was a college student in New York. What is there to hate about that? Oh my God, bro. When Osaka was 4 years old, her family moved from Japan to the U.S. to live with her father's parent in Elmont, New York on Long Island. Her father was inspired to teach his daughter how to play tennis by watching the Williams sisters compete at the 1999 French Open. Watch this. Having little experience as a tennis player himself, remember he kept saying, oh, you learn from the Haitians, you learn from your father. First of all, that's that collective shit. She didn't learn from no Haitians. Okay, just cut that shit out. He sought to emulate how Richard Williams trained his daughters to become 2 of the best players in the world, despite having never played the sport. Did you hear what I just read?
No, 100%.
He made it seem like her father was like this tennis playing savant. And he passed down the skills that he had to his daughter through the genes. I don't know how much of the show you saw, Sean, but he made it seem. No African genes. All that. She went on a fucking spasm on how she owes everything to her genetics and her father, but it looks like he didn't even have he never really played the sport. He didn't have that much experience.
So his problem is that she is not representing Haiti, she's representing Japan. She's a national of Japan. She was born in Japan.
Yes, I brought that up earlier. She was born in Japan.
Okay. All right. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
And we just explained how she got her last name, because that's I guess custom of Japan. Well, the native parent passes that name down because obviously her father wasn't a native. He did not have citizenship.
Exactly. She's a citizen. She's a national citizen. Okay.
Remember, he just lambasted her for representing Japan. She should never
Exactly.
did
I just heard that. I heard. That's what I caught.
that. Oh man. Francois began coaching Naomi and Mari once they settled in the United States. In 2006, her family moved to Florida when she was 8 or 9 years old, so that they would have better opportunities to train. She practiced on the Pembroke Pines public course during the day and was homeschooled at night. When Naomi was 15 years old, she began working with Patrick Toma at the ISP Academy. Hold on. Who is Patrick Toma? Let me look this person up real quick. Who is somebody in the chat? Tell me who's Patrick Toma if y'all hip. Patrick Toma.
Yeah. While you're looking for that, Mr. Blacktastic is making a great point. So Dr. Umar Johnson hasn't written a peer-reviewed paper or anything. He's a doctor. He's a PhD. He can write peer-reviewed papers. I haven't seen one out of all of the academic schools and where the papers come from, where all these papers come. I haven't seen one paper written by him. I just see him going on a rant in every college university or whatever, online and making his claims, but he hasn't put down one paper. As a PhD, you can do that. You can write a paper. It don't have to be on genetics or anything, or just on Afro-American studies. He hasn't put down one paper.
Really?
I haven't seen one. If anybody in the chat has ever seen one, or anybody in the audience, yeah, could somebody show me some kind of peer-reviewed African Americans study paper he has put down as a PhD? He's a PhD. He has a PhD, I should say. He has a PhD, and as far as I know, he hasn't written one scholastic paper or anything. He hasn't done anything.
Oh shit, her mother worked and paid for this shit. I don't know who this man is. I'm seeing pictures of him, but maybe somebody in the chat knows more about her coach when she was in Florida. This guy right here. He looked kind of like, what's that actor name that played in Pitch Black? Hey, what's that dude's name?
Yeah, I can't remember his name, but I know you're talking about.
Hey, somebody in the chat tell me the brother that played on Pitch Black. He played on all the Fast and Furious movies too. He kind of looks like him.
Yeah, but somebody who runs his mouth on the internet and always doing lectures or speeches wherever he goes, he hasn't put down one academic paper. What academic study? He hasn't done anything on African studies or anything. I don't know. I haven't seen one. Have you?
Nah, bro. I don't know anything of him academically. Maybe he do. I don't know. I don't know what the hell this dude.
All right, so that's what we gotta do. Let me while you continue, I'm gonna do a quick deep dive on him. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, let me read this real quick. We go back to the article because it explains why she chose Japan. Naomi Osaka's early coaches reflect on unconventional path to stardom. Naomi Osaka's rise to the top of the women's tennis has been both rapid and historic, powered by a win at the U.S. Open last year to become Japan's first Grand Slam singles champion, followed by an Australian Open triumph in January that made her Asia's first ever world number one. Though the 21-year-old Osaka native has struggled in the meantime, and again, this had nothing to do with race. It has something to do with nationality. She was born in Japan. She's a native. This is why she represents Japan. Like, you guys are idiots. But anyway, suffering early exits at the last two majors and enduring what she describes on social media as the worst months of my life amid heightened pressure. Her results have improved in August, and she recently said she is growing as a person and rediscovering her love for the game. Just ahead of her return to New York to compete in the U.S. Open, some of her former coaches spoke with Kyoto News about training and a talented young player from humble origins and watching her subsequent rise to fame. She went number one very fast, almost too fast, Osaka's former coach Bill Adams, 69, said before she was the hunter. Now they are hunting her. And that's Bill Adams right there. So one of her coaches is there. Open quote, but I think she has the potential to remain number one. She has a good serve and she moves well, and I think she will get even better. This is what we should be celebrating her for. All this other Vin Diesel. Thank you, Black Dastic. Dude kind of looked like Vin Diesel, man. But this is what we should be celebrating the sister for. I mean, you adding all this extra. No one cares about this, man. You know, outside of this little Afrocentric bubble, the world does not operate like that. It says Adams, who met the Osaka family around 2006 at his academy in Southern Florida, was the first tennis pro to recognize young Naomi's potential during that roughly 1 year period of training. Osaka, then about 9, was just beginning to develop her hitting ability. Open quote, you didn't know Naomi was going to be good. She played and she was okay, close quote, Adams said. But one day after playing, she was running, doing relays. I had never seen a girl run like that. She ran very strong. I saw Naomi's ability to cover the court, and that's when I told her father, this one can be really good, close quote. Led by their father, Leonard Francois, Naomi and her elder sister, Mari, pursued tennis careers according to the president set by Richard Williams with his daughters, Venus and Serena. The strategy involved mostly skipping the junior circuit to play in pro tournaments against stronger opponents as early as possible. By the time Naomi, at the age of 15, worked with Patrick Talma, however you say that name, a native of France. Oh, he's a Frenchman who had come to know her Haitian American father. It was her mindset as a young player that stood out. So are we going to say the same thing? The person that trained her was from France, so she should represent the French? So we use that same knowledge or that same line of logic there to say that who she can and cannot represent. Like, this is kind of idiocy. Not kind of, it is. Yeah, Keisha, I was thinking that too. Oh, see, this black person right here, without him, she would not be here. So she should represent wherever the fuck he's from. He's from the Bronx. Represent the Bronx. Oh my God. You owe it to them. You have no autonomy. You do what the fuck I tell you. Naomi has a strong personality, even if she is shy, said Toma, 48, who trained Osaka for about a year, beginning around 2013. What she is good at, she would all the time find a way to beat her opponent, finding a way to win. At the end of the day, you have to win the last point. It doesn't matter how. So here's this French guy looking like Vin Diesel. Following the family's move to Florida from New York, the girl's Japanese mother, Tamaki Osaka, worked to bring in an income while Naomi and Mari trained with a variety of coaches on a temporary basis, as arranged by their father on a tight family budget. Where would she be without her mother bringing in that income? But he ain't gonna bring that up because, again, he's racist. Adams, for example, allowed the girls to join group lessons in exchange for Francois assisting with on-court drills. Tama later coached the girls and helped attract sponsors for Naomi without a contract in place for his reimbursement. He said the expected contract failed to materialize after several months, at which point he cut off his efforts but remained on friendly terms with the family. I am very proud of Naomi and her parents. I'm very proud of their success. Toma said, Naomi always was nice with me, and I love her. I will support her until the end. She is my favorite player. He is not involved in a lawsuit brought against Francois by a different coach who alleges a binding contract for percentage of Naomi's winnings. Nonetheless, Thomas said that Francois severed contact with him early this year at the direction of the attorney while the litigation is in process. I would like to tell Naomi that I hope she remembers where she comes from. Thomas said, even if you as number one play against number 5 in the world, remember that 5 or 6 years ago, you were like number 500. Think like that. That's smart. Anyway, you guys can read the rest of this on your own. I just need to know who that person was. It's a Frenchman, by the way. I wonder who the other coach was that's suing them. But anyway, I guess she should play for France since she got trained by someone from, I'm just using this guy's logic, right? You know. Anyway, let's go back. So we know who Patrick Tolman is at ISP Academy. In 2014, she moved to Harold Solomon Tennis Academy. She later trained at the Pro World Tennis Academy. Although Osaka was raised in the United States, her parents decided that their daughters would represent Japan. So it was our parents' decision to do that. And this is the reason. We made the decision that Naomi would represent Japan at an early age. She was born in Osaka and was brought up in a household of Japanese and Haitian culture. Quite simply, Naomi and her sister Mari have always felt Japanese. So that was our only rationale. It was never a financially motivated decision, nor were we ever swayed either way by any national federation, close quote. The decision may have also been motivated by the lack of interest from the United States Tennis Association when she was still a young player. The USTA later offered her the opportunity to train at their National Training Center in Boca Raton, Florida, when she was 15 years old, but she declined. So there you go. There you have it. This is a national thing. Had nothing to do with your damn race mumbo jumbo. You know your screen is up, bro. Sean, I don't know if you've noticed that. I got you. I got you.
I apologize, bro. Shut me down. I'm sorry.
No, you good. You good. You good. Let me go back to the video.
Sister. In fact, I would probably have more criticism for a father because I want to know what you put in that little girl that has her running to Japan instead of Haiti to represent them in the Olympics. Here's the point I'm making.
We just read it. Because she was born in Japan, they feel like she's nationally Japan. That's it. The girls feel like they're Japanese. That's what they identify as. They get to choose that, Umar. Not you. They do. Let me go back, man. This shit is ridiculous.
A major significant act of activism. You understand? Making one or two news bites during the context of a press conference is not the same as representing the Republic of Haiti on the international stage. Even if she says something, I don't care about that. You had a chance to represent the people who are responsible for you being who you are, and you chose not to do it. I'm not knocking her. I'm a fan of her. I want to be clear. I'm not knocking my sister. In fact,
all you did was knock her. You used her as an example to why not you should have an interracial relationship. This whole thing is a knock. But I got a question. If Umar Johnson discovers that he's a European by descent, whether it be maternal or paternal, is he going to represent, like he's telling her to represent her Haitian ancestry, is he going to represent his European ancestry like he's commanding that she does? Is he going to do that? Is he going to represent, that's fine. What if we find out that his ancestry comes from Poland? Is he going to represent the Polish? Is he going to do it? Because it's all about where your ancestors come from, right? This is the idiocy. This is what I'm talking about. Nationality, as far as what country you're born in, had nothing to do with race. Nothing at all.
I would probably have more criticism for a father because I want to know what you put in that little girl that has her running to Japan instead of Haiti to represent them in the Olympics. Here's the point I'm making. When you have mixed race African children, these are the types of issues you're going to have to deal with because until African people get out of situations.
She was born in Osaka. She was born in Osaka. So that's
why she has to play for them.
Can I ask you a question, Envy?
Yes, sir.
If a European Jew is born in Africa and he plays tennis, is he going to represent Africa or is he going to represent Israel?
Yeah, stop it right there.
Probably Israel.
If he was born in Israel, that's his nation of birth. He's going to play for his national team. Why is this an issue?
It's an issue because everything has to deal with race loyalty and race purity. So he's saying he's being what do you call it? He's being loyal to his race. Well, first of all, Jew is not a race. That's not a race at all. It's a cultural affiliation. That's a whole other argument. But the thing is, he's saying, oh, if anybody else, this is what all people do. This is what all races do. If it would have been another group, they would have did it. And that's not true at all. We got a million examples of people being from another
If a white South African was born in South Africa and he's a track star, and he's
going to represent South Africa.
He's going to represent South Africa. Like, this is ridiculous, yo. This is out of control. But I'm going to let you go ahead.
We got soccer players that are African that live in England. They represent Germany. Mbappe represent.
We got NBA. We got NBA players. We have NBA players historically that every time the Olympics show up that are all-star players in the NBA end up playing for their country, their nation of birth, during the Olympics. Yep. We can name off tons of them. Vlade Divac. Who else? Like, we could name off a ton of them. Why is this like an issue?
Because race. They're race traders. And they got to represent something black. Haiti is black. You don't get no blacker than Haiti. You got to represent Haiti. You can't go represent Japan. They're white over there. That's really what this boils down to. And her father committed a sin by going over there, following your love.
All right.
Falling in love with a Japanese woman, raising two daughters, not one, got two daughters in Japan, and letting them, become natives. So that's her fault. Like, the fault of her father. Marcus Garvey is going to be the judge and the juror of that, and he's going to get sentenced to the gulag.
Facts. You know what his argument is going to be behind that. The argument next is, well, that was you or me.
That was my phone. My bad. My phone.
Oh, okay. So the next argument behind that would be, well, look, she plays for Haiti, or anybody who is not a national of their country, or she doesn't play for Haiti. Anybody who's not a national, like you said, is a race trader. But also, like to me, it's not like he's thinking deep enough. Like, he keeps holding on to this, his tropes, his how he makes his money. Because if you go through, I just did a run. All he did was write books. He has not one peer review paper, not one. He just writes a bunch of books. We'll get to that later, but I want you to finish because I don't want to hold you up. I want you to finish up what you're doing.
Most of these Afrocentric, pseudo-Afrocentrics do. That's what they do. That's their bread and butter when they write a bunch of damn pseudo books.
But he's a PhD. He's not like the regular, Afrocentrics that we have running around here outside of, people that actually have PhDs, where he has, he could post, he could submit a peer review, a paper that could be peer reviewed, by other PhDs, like it's crazy how when we sit down and really like look at our leaders and who we follow, it's because we're not educated ourselves, or we don't read enough. We don't pay attention to what's going on around us.
Yep, that's a fact. We just go off of, whatever they say.
Exactly. Put something down on paper, get it peer reviewed, and see what the rest of your colleagues say. Your comrades say, that have PhDs like you.
Oh yeah, they gonna tell me, yo, you French, you was a French motherfucker.
Exactly.
Oh man,
going to have to deal with, because until African people get out of situation.
She was born in Osaka. She was born in Osaka, so
that's why she has to play for them.
Can I ask you a question, Envy?
Yes, sir.
If a European Jew is born in Africa and he plays tennis, is he going to represent Africa, or is he going to represent Israel?
Oh, here's another dumbass.
He's gonna represent Africa.
Wait, that's
Unless
the
he
dumb
has a
part about
dual,
it. That's a
dual
continent.
citizenship, right? But unless he has dual citizenship, right? So then now he could pick where he wants to play, or you know what I'm saying, who's gonna give him the most money, or who's gonna take care of him. You know, if you have dual as a Jew, let's be real. If you're an Israeli citizen, like Israeli citizens today, a lot of them have dual citizenship. Citizenship. They have an American passport and they have an Israeli passport. Or if they're from Great Britain, they have a Great Britain passport and they have an American passport.
Right.
You know, so this is what he's talking is real foolishness right now. But go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, bro. First of all, Africa is not a country. You gonna represent Africa? Shut up. Well, what you mean a country of Africa? You dumbass. That's how he played for. Does Morocco have a damn soccer team? Whatever. If he was born in Morocco, he probably gonna play for the Moroccan national team. Like, your answer is there. Yeah, it is a false equivalence because first of all, Africa is a continent, not a damn country. Secondly, Jew is not a race; it's a cultural practice, man.
And they have they have passports. This is a nation. They have a nationality.
Right, the Israelis, yeah.
Right.
So every Jew is not an Israeli.
So he brings up Jews, and then he brings up right behind it, if he's African and Jewish. Is that what he said? I'm trying to remember what he said. But
If he was
if
born in Africa, is he going to play for Africa? That's what he said.
if he has dual citizenship, he can pick who he wants to play for. He can pick. If you have
Yeah.
dual citizenship, you can pick who you want to play for, and more than likely, whoever's going to give him the most money to come and play for their country, unless he's a loyalist, just from the heart and not thinking about money, then he's going to pick one or the other. It depends.
Right. It's like Osaka.
Right.
We just read she could have picked the American. Haiti wasn't on the table because she's not from there. Period.
Mm-hmm.
She could have picked the American team. She picked Japan because she was born there. Ultimately, they felt that they were culturally Japanese. That's what decided that. In the discussion, like what else are to say? Like these niggas mad for no fucking reason. So goofy.
Probably Israel.
Thank you. So it ain't got nothing to do with where you're born. It's where your loyalty is. And until black people get organized, fellas, many of our mixed race children are going to identify with the other race because they're doing better than we are.
Maybe she'll hear this and take what you're saying into consideration.
She will. I'm not knocking her. I just want y'all to show. I just want y'all to see it does not benefit the black community to be having all these mixed race babies who are not loyal to us. I have nothing against mixed race.
Because
everything you said.
Yeah, the hell he does. Yeah, the hell he does.
Sean, am I still in real life? Am I dreaming? Like, am I like in an alternate reality or something?
Bruh. And he's convincing a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, with this garbage talk he talking.
Yeah. Oh my
People
God.
to not be illogical. He's speaking illogically. This is why he don't have no peer review papers. All he got is books. All he got is books.
Oh man. You know how teachers they take the red pen and they go over your work, everything you got wrong, they write in red.
Yeah.
His shit'll be full of red.
I just did a hard search in academia, right? So, academia, even though a lot of people don't like to use it because, the website is kind of old, like, you know what I'm saying? It's not as sexy as other. They have every paper that you could think of on academia. He has not one paper on academia, a peer review paper, all books.
Pseudo.
are fully African, in my opinion.
I was going to ask you that. What do you think?
I have no problem with a mixed race African. I judge all black people. I don't care if you're from Africa, because I'm a Pan-Africanist, so it's all one family for me. I don't care if you're in the Caribbean, Brazil,
So that
Europe,
means
Australia, the continent,
North
Canada.
Africans.
Two
I'm
things.
sorry. So that means North Africans, East Africans that are not necessarily, what he considers, because they use this broad spectrum of black, right? Just a broad spectrum of black. And what is black supposed to mean? Does it mean you belong to E1B1A, E1B1B, RV88? If we go to East Africa, we got J over there. You know what I'm saying? We got some G's. You're Pan-Africanist. These people have Eurasian or European, they're of European descent, and they look like you, but they don't directly descend from the same people. So I don't understand. This is the mix-up. This is the bullshit that, the peddling bull stuff that, what I'm saying, he's pushing right now. And people, if you're a surface researcher, this makes sense to you. If you're not a deep dive researcher, this is going to make sense to you. But if you are a deep dive researcher, what he's talking about is just, it's enemy. It's enemy.
Oh my God, bro. I'm trying to look up and see if I can find a quick video where he gives his understanding of North Africans, but I'm pretty sure he's probably going to call them invaders or, colonizers or some shit.
Oh yes, once they're light skin, bro, you know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Once they're light skin, forget about it.
Yeah, man. We know the black KKK, black Nazi playbook so well. I'm trying to find a video where I can just verify it, but I'm pretty sure that's probably his take on it. That's probably his take on it, man. If somebody got
let's finish this. Let's finish this 5th grade understanding of African Americans and history. Let's finish this, PhD 5th grade bullshit. I'm sorry.
Yeah. This is the pinnacle.
Two things. Are you biologically black? And are you psychologically black? And when I say psychologically black, do you identify with your primary race?
Naomi does.
You understand?
Yeah.
So if you are psychologically black and you are biologically black, I treat you no different. I don't care if you high yellow with green eyes or blue, black, purple. I don't get into this color game because I think part of the petty differences we have as a people is we over accentuate this light skin, dark skin, nappy hair.
That's what racism.
Dude, yeah. Oh my God. I'm sorry.
You got it, Sean, because this dude about to make me explode, bro. I'm going to rant, man. Go ahead.
Oh my God. This is 5th grade Pan-Africanism. This is the worst. Like, and he's being wrong and strong. He keep talking, even though they keep checking him, he keep going on in his rant. Oh my God. Hey, Mo, what you got to say, bro? Where Mo at?
What is biologically black?
I
need that definition.
That was the gut punch right there, bro.
He can't say dark skin. Remember, he said it has nothing to do with light, black, green eyes, and all that.
And he said that light skin, dark skin, he don't care. We all black, but let him see some North Africans that are, haplogroup E, that are light skinned with green eyes. He gonna tell you just like Jashub just said, they're invaders, they're Greeks, they this, they that, they that.
Yep.
This is a fool. This is a fool ass Negro.
Let me just type in Umar Johnson and Arabs, see what pulls up.
Oh, they gotta be invader Arabs to him. He's not gonna call them Berbers or none of that. Like, they all invader Arabs, man. You know what it is.
He not that. He a surface dweller, so he ain't even gonna go into Berbers. He don't know nothing about that. He don't know 100%. Anything about Afro-Asiatic culture. He doesn't, or peoples. He doesn't have any idea.
Oh my God! He told a white Muslim she can't date black men. Oh my God! This nigga wildin'.
All right, so hold on. Finish this up and then pull that up. We gotta watch that. So finish this off real quick. Let's see. It's like 2 minutes left or something. What's left?
There's seconds left, bro. It's
All
hard
right.
to get through this. He always
All right,
says
let him finish off. Let him continue make an ass of himself, and then we go into the next one.
let him land. Let him land.
Yeah, let him land into the swamp.
Yeah.
So if you are psychologically black and you are biologically black, I treat you no different. I don't care if you high yellow with green eyes or blue, black, purple. I don't get into this color game because I think part of the petty differences we have as a people is we over accentuate this light skin, dark skin, nappy hair, straight hair thing too much, and it's killing us. It's the blood. The first color on this flag is red.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I can't.
It's hard, bro. I'm not even mad at you. It's rough.
Every second of this is just cringeworthy. But go ahead, bro. Go ahead. Go in.
Bro, the whole concept of race is based on everything he says. Now, I don't get into that. The whole concept, how light somebody is, how dark they is, the texture of their hair, all that stuff culminates into what we know as race. Because you're going to base somebody that's part of your race based off their features, bro. Stop the cap.
So basically, biologically black is non-phenotypically white.
It's got to be, right?
Well, according to him, he might switch up on you. Because he just said that don't mean nothing. He might switch up on you just to get himself out of a trick bag.
Oh, my God. All right, I promise I'm going to let it play. Good guy. I just got to hear that one more time, man. Damn.
Is we over accentuate this light skin, dark skin, nappy hair, straight hair thing too much, and it's killing us. It's the blood. The first color on this flag is red for a reason. It's the blood that makes you African. So I would never mistreat a mixed race African. But I'll tell you one thing, I'm gonna make sure they understand you will not perpetuate the snow bunny crisis.
Hold on.
Test our AI-driven trading bot for 30 days.
We need to take a clip of that so we can play that every time we go through one of his videos that he goes against what he just said. He said he's not going to use your skin color. Back it up a little bit after this commercial and go back. And he said, what he said, I'm not going to use skin color to, what he say? Basically to, separate.
You're on Saturday.
I got you.
Understand?
Yeah.
So if you are psychologically black and you are biologically black, I treat you no different. I don't care if you high yellow with green eyes or blue, black, purple. I don't get into this color game because I think part of the petty differences we have as a people is.
He said you don't get into this color game.
But go ahead. It's a little further what I was saying.
We over accentuate this light skin, dark skin, nappy hair, straight hair thing too much, and it's killing us. It's the blood. The first color on this flag is red for a reason. It's the blood that makes you African. So I would never mistreat a mixed race African. But I'll tell you one thing, I'm gonna make sure they understand you will not perpetuate the snow bunny crisis.
What? First of all, that's that. How you gonna tell? I let them know this. This is the first thing I'm gonna tell somebody. Not hi, hey, my name is UMAR Johnson. Not that. The first I'm gonna tell a fucking person is you would not perpetuate the snow bunny. Oh my God, bro. Like, this dude is too much. He too much, Sean. I don't know what else to say, man. This is too much.
See, Kedrick hit the ball at the park, but we need to bury the racist concept of black and whatnot, right? Because you can't find, like, black is a slave term. It's a slave term, right? It's a broad brush slave term or whatnot, right? And so if you're psychologically black, what? Okay, if you're psychologically a slave, okay, got you. Like, I don't come from that. I come from stuff before that. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So I don't know of a single slave. Like, what was the African that introduced himself to the European as I'm a black man? What was the first one that did that? Like, fam, please understand. This is like, we're not one people like that, right? We're related. We got different cultures. We came over as different cultures, different belief systems, all that type of stuff, right? And this concept, the one thing we have in common is that we came through a slave trade. I'm with that. That's a place we can build some understanding off of and whatnot, right? But this whole concept of like now we gotta be one thing and whatnot, right, bruh? You're never gonna make that work. We were never one thing over in Africa.
I was about to say that, bro. I didn't want to cut you off.
No, you
Before
good. You
we
got it all. You
got
got it
here,
all.
before we got here from the west coast of Africa, while we was on the west coast of Africa, we all wasn't one thing. The people that came over on the slave ships had different haplogroups. This is crazy to me what I'm hearing from this dude, man. It's like I done tuned this dude out back. I want to say I tuned him out around 2005. I started tuning this dude out. I'm all right. Go ahead, Yeshua. Let's finish this. I want to see
You
what
know,
it.
maybe if he got a
Let's,
couple of rich white girls, he'd have that school built. You understand what I'm saying?
hey, if he'd have rocked with a couple of Jews and you know what I'm saying, he might have got a
Exactly. If
couple
he
of
would have made
dollars.
a whole rainbow coalition, he could have got that school popping.
Yeah,
You
you
know
know
what
what I'm
I'm
saying? A
saying?
couple of Arabs, you know what I'm saying? Who knows? His name is Umar. You know what I'm saying? He could have got a couple of dollars from everywhere, you know.
I
But
promise you. I
that
promise
little
you. If he took
that
it to the
little
clip,
piece that
you'll
I
get
told you
it.
that we need to clip that he
Yeah.
said, what he said, just that little snippet that you just cut off, that little 2-second, 3-second snippet, and let's see what he says about Arabs. He said if you know what I'm saying, if you're from the continent or something like that, and we're all one blood, and he doesn't deal with color. Let's see what he says about the Arabs when Yeshua pulls that up.
Bro,
If you're from the continent of Africa, basically, is what
he
I'm saying.
basically saying drop like Islam and stuff. That's what I'm finding right now. They're not a member of it. Okay. Let me do this real quick. Let me play this real quick. We have to end it that one. Maybe y'all seen this one. I don't know.
I told that dude out a long time ago, so I don't watch none of that stuff, so I didn't see this.
Okay.
Even though I'm dressed up like an Arab, even though I dress like an Arab, even though I wear my hair like an Arab, even though I dye my beard like an Arab, even though I'm imitating somebody else's culture, even though I'm imitating somebody else's culture, you don't need to know about being black. That's not important. You don't need to read no black books, no black. The only thing that you need to know about is your religion. And that's exactly what's wrong with black religion. Black religion is anti-African. So let me get this right. God don't want you to know about who you are or where you come from. He just wants you to know what to believe. God don't want you to know about who you are or where you come from. He just wants you to know this book right here. This is it. Your whole life is this book. Nothing outside of this book is relevant for you. Get your ass out my face with that.
That's how I feel about him. Get out my face with that bullshit.
I'm not knocking nobody's faith. My dear brother.
Bro, you just did, bro.
Oh my goodness, bro.
He did the same thing in the Breakfast Club interview. I'm not knocking the sister. That's all you've been doing is knocking her.
Hey, he like old girl from the Acolyte, bro, switching sides the whole time. Like,
I'm not knocking nobody's religion.
Bruh, that's crazy.
You just called the whole religion anti-African, bro.
I would really like for this dude to take his do a DNA test.
Mm-hmm.
And unless he comes out A, B, E1B1A, E1B1B, or at the very least, RV88, he can't speak no more on Africa. Nothing. As far as I'm concerned.
Yes. So this is what I don't understand, right? Like, so I can understand if he's talking about like the Arabization or something like that, to where like you're taking someone else's culture and learning it that way when it comes to religion and whatnot. But that's not what was going on in West Africa, like with the slaves that got taken and whatnot, right? Like up to 30% of the slaves that were taken were Muslims and whatnot. That's a lot. That's a lot of people, bro. That's like 3+ million and whatnot coming off the slave ships, right? And we can look at what they were doing and whatnot. They were literally using their Islam to to protect their Africanness in such a way, right? Like, so like they were using, like, for instance, they were writing stuff in the Jami's where they're using the Arabic script to write their own language, their own native language. You know what I'm saying? They're not being forced. They don't have to just write Arabic. Like, no, they can write their own language in this joint, right? You had non-Muslims that were learning Arabic and whatnot. You got people over here writing the Gospel of John in Arabic, right? Like, so people were using this thing to like preserve their culture with, right? Not like that's like, so like I just got my big Y back, right? The place that I connect to in Senegal and Gambia, like in both places, they're 97% Muslim, fam. And again, the way their Islam don't look nothing like Saudi Islam. It's a whole different thing. You might have women calling prayer in the Gambia, fam. I keep trying to tell people, like, there it was the most like Judeo-Christian form of Islam you're ever gonna see, right? They got people paying the tithe and whatnot over there with their cleris's and whatnot. Muslims don't pay the tithe; they pay 2.5%. It's a different. Like trying to lump everything. This is what I can't stand. When you broad brush stuff, this is how I know you don't study stuff, man. Because the more you get into anything, you see nuance in everything. The more you study, the more you slow down. The stop you making quick. The more you stop making quick accusations, because there's nuance in everything. Particularly, like, religion's a huge deal. You know how many Muslims are in the world, fam?
Yeah.
How you broad brush like that? You know how many different sects of Islam are just in Nigeria? It's ridiculous.
It's anti-African though.
Right.
I would have to agree with that.
Meanwhile, there was a whole bunch of Muslim African, you know what I'm saying, dynasties and empires and whatnot in the Sahel and whatnot.
I was about to bring up the literacy point. The first strip was it Nigeria? Where was the first strip at? Ujami? I forgot what it's called. Ijami? What's that strip called?
Yeah, Ijami is the Arabic strip being used to write like the African languages with.
Yeah, thank you. Come on, man. And like you said, the kingdoms, the mercantile, the routes and everything, this was primarily Islamic Africans that were conducting these things, man.
Yeah, and there was Christians involved, there was Jews involved, all that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we got to drop all that, bruh. Like, nah, you said. This is what I'm saying. Like, y'all are whole neo-colonizers, fam. And you're trying to put me on your plantations. No.
Facts.
I'm not going, fam. What are you talking about?
They slave breeders too. They want you to select.
I want you to go to Senegal and the Gambia and tell them niggas to put down Islam.
Oh, you did.
Get his head cut off.
You understand what I'm saying? I want you to go to northern Nigeria, tell the house niggas, hey, y'all niggas are tripping. Put down Islam, right?
Yo, they'll cut his head off, disembowel him, and burn him.
Right. So we already know that you full of ish, right? Because you ain't going to the continent talking that nonsense. I went through this with a whole bunch of people that are on this whole pro-black stuff and whatnot and want to talk. Bro, I had a Ghanaian dude, right, talking ish to me about, like, nah, you know what I'm saying? Like Arabs were the colonizers, this, and I was like, bro, like, I'm here because of your grandfather. What are you talking about?
Yo, you hit him with that?
Yeah, bro. What are you? I can't take it. You understand? Like, it's this whole, like you were talking about, like you said something about like people being fascist with this whole thing. I think I heard you saying something about that earlier.
Yes.
No, 100%, bro. And they're trying to tell you how to do everything about like they want to own your brain and your soul with this thing, bro. It doesn't make no sense. Like I gotta suspend belief to take all this nonsense in, bro.
Yeah.
Biologically black, but I don't care about skin color. What is you talking about then?
Yeah. Hey, sis, no matter who he's claiming, whether it be he comes from the Douglas family, or whether he comes from the Douglas family, and what else she put up here? Sister Marissa, Marcus Garvey. It doesn't, to me, it doesn't make a difference because he's still spewing the same garbage, the same archaic garbage. He's just claiming to be from these people. He can't claim none of these people or claim that he's a direct descendant. 'Cause to me, that's all propaganda until he takes a goddamn DNA test
Agreed, 100%.
and comes back to me and shows me, and I don't mean no ancestry and none of that. It's 23andMe, family tree, or he could go to the other one that just gives you don't allow. What's the name of what's the name of that? What's the name of that genetic company? No, not Ancestry. No. I said that. No, I ain't picking Ancestry because they no, what's the GNX? What's the one that
Yeah, Gen X.
what's the one that
DNA Genetics.
that's what I'm talking about, but that only gives you they will give you your Y chromosome, but you can't share, you can't take your raw DNA, you can't take your raw
My Heritage.
What is that one too? No, what's the one that
Cryogenics?
your shard.
The one he charges, yeah.
Oh,
The cryogenics, yeah. The cryo something. It's cryo, so I forgot what it was.
Right.
Cryo.
Even that, I'll accept that. Anything outside of that, if you ain't
No,
giving me
not
your
that,
Y
man.
chromosome and your maternal and your X chromosome, you're not giving your maternal DNA. I'm not dealing with you, bro. Yeah, I'm not gonna play these games with you.
It don't matter to him.
Yeah.
Like, so you could be. Let's say he's R1B and haplogroup H, right? You know what I'm saying? Fam, he's still like I'm biologically black though.
Yeah, his other songs, that's the Teo move.
And that's what I'm saying. Like it's so ridiculous because so you're removed of all African culture with the way he does stuff, right? You're removed of all African nuance and whatnot. You understand what I'm saying? Like what do you connect to at this juncture? Okay, let's get rid of all the religions we had. Let's get rid of all the languages we had. Let's get rid of all the culture we had. Like, what do we do now? What do we do now? We turn what, like Black Lives Matters and whatnot, and start breaking up the families and whatnot. What are we doing?
So look, I want to make this real clear, real quick, because I've been talking about R1B and check. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I'm not putting down whatever your Y chromosome or your your maternal DNA is. I'm not putting you down. What I'm saying is when we have these extremists, these blackity black cats that always talk this blackity black and then got our people leading them to the cliff, to fall off the cliff. That's when I'm gonna call you out. Outside of that, you could belong to any haplogroup on the planet. It's all good. I have no problem with that. I don't think any of us up here have a problem with that. We've shown that time and time again. But when you're extremists like this and you're trying to lead us all down the rabbit hole with this bullshit, then I got a problem. That's when I'm gonna call you out. So I'll leave it at that.
Mr. Blacktastic, you on point.
You pulled the trigger on him. My God, dog.
He said, what I find interesting is that both Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey fell to the snow bunny crisis, as Umar calls it, and married white women.
How about that?
They never practice what they preach, man.
Bro, he was talking. Umar got a stack of white girls in his resume. Come on now.
I know.
What Umar tell you is he'll if he run into the proper snow bunny, he'll sleep with her. But he ain't marrying or he ain't having no babies, but he'll still.
If you're a man who makes at least 150 grand a year and you're still embarrassed to take your shirt off at the pool, I will get. Yeah, got me.
Oh, these twins here. These twins here. These dudes here. Go ahead.
Oh, y'all heard that? I didn't mean to play it. I was just.
Yeah. You get the screen share.
Oh, okay, my bad. I was trying to skim through it, but we'll watch it.
Yeah, got a new show for y'all. Got a damn good show. Today we talking about Dr. Umar Johnson. He's giving relationship advice. And he's got a doctoral.
This the Mems are twins. This is what the motherfuckers call them. The Mems are
the his doctorate is in racism.
That was a good one.
Minor in white.
His doctorate is in racism. Holy shit.
It is.
Black people can't be racist. They can't be racist. This nigga is clearly racist. Openly.
That's what I'm saying. He backs up all the ideology of like the BLM type people. You understand what I'm saying? Like, so what are you bringing to us, fam? You're not bringing us no strong families, no strong foundations, no strong ideologies, no nothing that could knit a community together and keep it together in any way, shape, or form. You can't even bring us to school, my G. But you can knock up strippers and whatnot, fam. Got you. Okay.
Well, they sisters, you know what I'm saying? As long as the strippers are sisters, he good.
They'll wife him.
Yeah.
Take him off the pole.
You know, you the queen, sister. You the queen of our family. You the queen. You the queen, and you the sister. You the mother of the universe.
Yeah, see, that's the confusing part right here. He has a problem with the union, but not the children produced from such union. He actually does, because the whole time he was like, "This is why," because it's a lot of double speak with him. He said, "This is why I don't do interracial. I don't agree with an interracial marriage, because the children will always be loyal to the other blood." He literally said that. I'm paraphrasing, but he literally said she loyal to the Japanese blood. He literally said that. I rewinded that part like 3 damn times.
Shit, a lot of Japanese are yap positive. And he might not even be yap positive. So what do you talk about?
I know, right?
Yeah, it's with the tail math, and like, so as long as you above 51% is cool, because it'll be loyal to the to the African side if you're 51% African. That's nuts.
But wouldn't she be 50, whatever her mother and what her father is? Like,
we spoke about that the other day, about maybe about 2 weeks ago or something, about the yap positive brothers, haplogroup D out, in East Asia, and how if you pay attention, some of the hats, when they out in Africa, some of the hats, that they wear when they doing their agriculture, or they just out and about, look like those Japanese hats. You know what I'm saying? When they in the paddy fields.
Yo, I want to know what my guy is saying about Kamala Harris right now. Is she black? Is she not black? Is he playing skin games with her?
Oh, he did that. Oh, he did that.
Oh, what he say?
Somebody, it was a short. He was saying she's not black.
Yeah, I think.
No, they don't play them games though.
Yeah, she's not black.
Yo, see, I thought they don't play them games. I thought she's not biologically black now.
Lighter skin, darker skin, thin hair. Like, yeah. Nigga obviously play those games.
Her hair's too straight. Yo.
Oh, he said Drake is black, but Kamala isn't.
Yo.
Oh my God.
Yo.
This is a great point. Umar already gave up on the adults. That's the reason he wants the school to get the kids. This is what all the LGBTQ groups, that this is the same tactic they do. Can't get the adults. Let's get the kids.
5%.
Kids ain't going for it, bro. Like the kids, like
most cults do that.
Yeah, but
5% nation. It's any, you know what I'm saying? This is what they do, especially when it's American based.
Right. But this generation of kids ain't going for it, bro. Like, they're the most like rainbow coalition group out there, bro. Like, everybody, like,
it's just inclusive. I think they're just inclusive, period. Most of them are just inclusive.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Color-wise, anything.
Yes.
Like
all that. They're open to all that stuff, bro. They're open to orientation. They're open to all that craziness. Like, they're open to the gender fluidity. They're open, bro. Like,
this is why I said that what he's talking about is very archaic. So what children he gonna get?
Agreed.
The ones in the ghetto. Because that's the ones he's going after.
Well,
For what though? What's he gonna get from it? He can't get money off him.
The state. He can get money from the state for getting the child.
Yeah, where he goes to school, he could get if his shit is legit.
I got you. Okay.
Right. So his school ain't necessarily legit. He owe money, all kind of stuff been going on
He
with
never
that
getting
school.
that school up and running, fam. That school, bro.
Yeah, so but he's still running around here pandering.
Oh my!
I got these cheeseburgers. I got these
cheeseburgers, nigga. What did you say to me?
Yeah, got a new show for y'all. Got a damn good show. Today we talking about Dr. UMAR Johnson. He's giving relationship advice. Yeah, and he's got a doctoral, what is it, doctorate degree? Yeah. Yeah, his doctorate is in racism. With a minor in white supremacy.
Yo.
That was a bar.
Yo. Yo, that's what we keep saying. These dudes got the redneck, you know what I'm saying, the reverse redneck shit going on.
Yo, that was the coldest shit I ever heard them say. That was a bar.
Run that back.
Yo.
Bro, and what's so funny about it is it's another video where he's using all type of racial vernacular and slurs, calling black women bed wenches. It gets terrible, bro.
Yeah. Run that little snippet back. Run it back just a little bit. I want to hear that again, that bar.
What is it, doctorate degree? Yeah. Yeah, his doctorate is in racism. With a minor in white supremacy. No, this dude is a full-blown racist. No, he's very smart man, but he's racist as hell. He's got a doctorate in racism with what you call it? With a minor in Black history. with a minor in apartheid. With a minor in I hate white people. That's what his minor is. Check out his relationship advice he gave to this woman. It's a beautiful woman. Who was very attractive. Yeah, I wouldn't be trying to date no niggas, man. He gave you some good advice. You wasting your.
I'm sorry.
Bruh. I want to see this video they're about to put up. I want to see that part.
What time with these niggas? Check it out.
From hard hats to steel-toed boots, Granger's got your safety needs covered.
You live in a black neighborhood?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, what brought you to that black neighborhood?
I just went there and there was a mosque there, so.
You said it's a mosque. You're Muslim?
Yeah, I am, yeah.
Okay, Sunni or Shia?
Sunni.
Sunni. I was raised Muslim. Okay.
Oh, wow.
So you have a black boyfriend, I take it?
No, I don't, no.
Okay, good. We don't want you to have a black boyfriend.
Oh,
what the hell is
because
dude
you are
just said?
taking an
What the?
What?
Like, how can you just tell somebody we? Who is this we? Who is this we? This we shit.
Oh, she said she's Sunni. I was raised, but then he said I was raised Muslim. Like, all right. Go ahead, bro.
Ain't he checking her like, why you in a black neighborhood? What the fuck you doing over there? Who gave you the authority? You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to have slave papers to move certain places. Like, this, bro, this mindset. This whole mindset.
In his eyes, she's a colonizer. She's coming into the hood to colonize the hood.
He just checked and was like, where your slave papers at? You can't travel freely and go where you want to move to. What's wrong with you?
Why he acting like she was trying to move to the hood though, fam? Like nobody like moves to the hood on purpose like that, fam. Like,
it might be economic situation. And she's dealing with and she said what she said? Oh,
there was a mosque. Like, there's a mosque right there.
Right.
Yeah.
They're gonna find that.
She moved for religious purposes.
Yeah.
And he told her, you better not be fucking around with the niggas.
We said you can't fuck around with the niggas.
Oh, yeah, we, my bad. This imaginary coalition of fucking people that he represents said that she cannot interact with those black men on any level.
Meanwhile, there's a big ass nigga named Malik right now in her mom's like, hey, baby, what's good?
Right.
Ready to marry her. Facts.
You know what I'm saying? He's like, what's up with the dowry? Let's get it popping.
That shit is psycho.
Here's the cold part. The Muslim do the wife hurt. Umar would just smash and run.
Oh my God, that's a great point. That is a great point.
Facts.
They say that about religious people in general. They're more likely to marry. Let me go back, man. This is crazy, bro. You can't even make this shit up.
Check it out.
You live in a black neighborhood?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, what brought you to that black neighborhood?
I just went there and there was a mosque there. So
You said it's a mosque. You're Muslim?
yeah, I am. Yeah.
Okay, Sunni or Shia?
Sunni.
Sunni. I was raised Muslim. Okay.
Oh wow.
So you have a black boyfriend, I take it.
No, I don't. No.
Okay, good. We don't want you to have a black boyfriend.
He already knew Malik was
because
at
you
the
are
mosque.
taking
Wait, you
an
understand?
eligible
He
black
knows what
man
it is.
away from a.
But see how you see how he strawman though? He asked if she was Sunni or Muslim, and all he said was, "I was raised Muslim." He ain't say he was Sunni. He didn't. Yo, this dude is a piece of work, yo. He strawberried the shit out of her right there.
Yeah.
I hope she got
down the with the with the
Yeah,
woo.
like he didn't even elaborate on that. So what's the difference? Like he didn't say, "Okay, well, I was born. Oh, you're Sunni. Well, I'm this."
Probably to establish OG status. Like you faking, I've been this. That's probably
He was raised in Hawaii.
I guess I'm thinking he pulling rank on that. I don't know why he said that.
Well, he from Philly, so Philly is really heavy, with the Muslim.
Yeah, he got
movement
the Philly beer popping for real.
going all the way back to like the 60s.
Yeah, 100%. You better have your beard right in Philly, sir.
Mm-hmm.
He was raised in NOI, which is neither.
Yeah, that's what yo.
Live in a black neighborhood?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, what brought you to that black neighborhood?
I just went there and there was a mosque there. So
You said it's a mosque. You're Muslim?
yeah, I am. Yeah.
Okay, Sunni or Shia?
Sunni.
Sunni. I was raised Muslim. Okay.
Oh wow.
So you have a black boyfriend, I take it.
No, I don't. No.
Okay, good. We don't want you to have a black boyfriend.
Oh, why?
Because you are taking an eligible black man away from a black woman who needs to build a strong black family.
Hi.
Hello, how are you there?
Hello.
Look at him with the disgust when the little white baby came up. Look at his face. Hello, how are you there? Like this nigga is
like he trying to be respectful.
Yeah.
He's a piece of shit. He's a piece of shit. yo.
Inside his head is a colonizer.
Because you're taking a eligible black man from a black woman.
She sounds like she has like a British accent or something. She might truly be a Arab. Like she, you know what I'm saying? We don't know anything about her. He hasn't figured out her background or anything.
Yeah, I agree
Like,
with Marie. She sounds like she sounds like she's Australian or a New Zealander. Like so, there's a lot of people in Australia that are converting to Islam right now.
Okay.
A lot of people converting to Islam, and in the UK.
The nigga said you taking an eligible black man from a black woman.
Eligible black.
I didn't know that's how that shit worked.
Yo, he replaced blackface. He's a caricature of a black leader. 100%. He plays one on TikTok, man.
If Umar was, if Boondocks was still was still running, with new season, new episode, they would have definitely did an episode about his ass.
Damn, he's an entire Boondocks of. No.
He can have a reoccurring character like Uncle Ruckus.
Yeah, 100%.
Might write that down. That's a gold idea right there.
He'll be the person that
him and Uncle
that
Ruckus,
makes you drop the Afrocentrism.
Yeah, him and Uncle Ruckus could go at it every time they meet up.
Bro, this is what I was saying throughout the duration of this video. Afrocentrics don't believe in the concept of self-autonomy. They believe they control and dictate people's lives in all aspects. He basically told this lady who she can and cannot sleep with, who she cannot marry. Like he decides that, well, according to him, him and his imaginary friends decides whether or not she can have a sexual relationship, marry, or whatever. with a black male. He ultimately is the arbiter of that. He makes the decisions. He's the judge and juror in this decision in this scenario. This is that weird shit I be talking about. Random person that you don't know. You're gonna tell this random person who she can and cannot date, who she can and cannot marry, who she can and cannot have sex with. This is lunacy, man.
Shout out to black fascism.
Right. Oh, shots fired.
Oh man.
But that's not fair to say that.
No, it's not, because African people suffer the most in the world. And in order for us to repair ourselves, we have to build our family. We have to reconstruct the black family. And we can only do that with a black man, a woman, and child. So,
but I thought she didn't go off of. Never mind.
That's why I told you to grab that snippet, and every time he say that, just pop it up. You know what I'm saying? Just grab it. Every time he does that.
And he said the child is going to be African. Remember, he said the black genes are dominant, so the child's going to be African anyway. So it shouldn't matter, right?
Yo, I don't understand. That's what I gotta suspend belief. That's what I'm saying. I don't get it. And if you're making me suspend belief, then I know you're reaching for my pockets next.
That's what Teo would tell you.
But he said it. He said it in the what's the breakfast show? He said it. He said the child is still an African because African genes are dominant. So she should be able to get with a black male and reproduce. It shouldn't matter. That's a black family.
Shout out to Malik. You know what I'm saying?
Per Dr. Umar, that's a black family.
But why? That's not correct. I could, whatever cultural things that you follow as an African.
Look how crazy he looks.
I'm sure a white woman could follow them as well. Like,
here's the problem.
Yeah.
She couldn't, because the white woman benefits from a white privilege.
Bro, this mumbo jumbo shit, I never get with. Bro, culture has nothing to do. Listen, we just went over a whole spiel of Africans having their own take on Islam, the history of that, the kingdoms, their own cultures, their own sects, or whatever. That's dealing with them utilizing a culture, right? Anybody can utilize a culture. Europeans were not Christians at one point. They had their own sects of beliefs and God worship and different practices and rites. And then they became Christian. Like, that's how culture works. Culture is evanescent. Anybody can get a culture, obtain a culture, learn a culture, practice a culture, teach a culture. Somebody want to jump in on that? Chime in? Yeah, thank you. Culture is plastic. And then you do the red herring. This is why you can't practice the culture or meet somebody because you have culture similarities or like their culture, want to adopt their culture. It's because black women are abused or they are oppressed. Those two don't even go together. That's a false equivalency. What that got to do with what she just said? And this is what these dudes do. A lot of these Afrocentrics, a lot of these black grand wizards and black Nazis are spin masters, right? What she just said has nothing to do with whether or not black women have been oppressed or not. It has nothing to do with it.
What's killing me is, like, I'm listening to Umar talking. The only difference between him and like the BLM people is he probably wouldn't back like the LGBT stuff. Beyond that, they're on the same page. And there's nothing about that agenda that will advance anybody that looks like him in any way. Like, bruh, come on now. Like, how do you build a community around that concept? It doesn't make any sense. Like, it can't thrive. But this is why, like I dug what they were saying at the beginning about, like, he got a minor in white supremacy, because, like, if you're a black supremacist, you need white supremacy to survive.
Exactly.
Like, you keep oxygen. Without that, you can't do it. Like, you
exactly.
You better not go nowhere, or you got nothing. You understand what I'm saying?
What you just said, bro, was very profound. because like Black power needs racism. They need white racism. It's the only way. It's the fuel to the fire.
Yep. It's the catalyst. It starts everything.
Exactly.
It's the justification of their behavior. You know.
She would never relinquish in order to support the Black struggle.
Hey, bring up the image from that again.
Bring it back.
You used to get it back. Look how crazy he look.
I'm sure a white woman could follow them as well. Like,
Here's the problem.
Yeah.
She couldn't, because the white woman benefits from a white privilege that she would never relinquish in order to support the Black struggle.
What they got to do with anything she said about her picking up a culture and ultimately leading to, I guess, her being with a black? Nothing at all.
Bro, his math is way off. I keep trying to say, like, okay, maybe if he got some rich white girls, he would have got that school taken care of. Like, so if the white girl got white privilege and you're with the white girl, ergo, ain't that white privilege working for you?
Yeah.
Like, bro.
Well, who he looking for? Well, who he looking for to do the free work on the school? You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, there's a whole lot of white contractors. There's a whole lot of Mexican or South American contractors.
There we go.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
Oh, you dropped it.
Yo,
You can't do that because white people won't relinquish their white privilege. That's why you can't. Shut up.
But here's the cool part: if the white privilege he's talking about existed, he wouldn't even want them to relinquish it, because again, if it ever went away, he'd have nothing to complain about.
Right.
Because he's not trying to build nothing solid, fam. He's just playing the contrarian and whatnot.
Yep.
There's nothing about what he's saying you can build a community off of in any way, shape, or form. Devoid yourself of religion and culture. Devoid yourself of
But doesn't she relinquish some? If you know, we're gonna go by his standards, relinquish some white power if she has children with a black man, and now, you know, let's say even if she breaks up with the black man, and you know, she's raising mixed children, those children are not going to get the same so-called privilege that you know, she would normally be afforded. So she has relinquished something because she has to fight for her children who are mixed race.
But she's
not going to turn her back. She's not going to turn her back on those children, even if she's not with the man. Even if she was to use her white privilege against the man, the black man, she still relinquishes some because she's still stuck with these black children.
But he's got to switch that up because he's got the whole, like, so this is where like him and BLM would agree on the whole concept. Like if you would have, I would have to agree with your point if I take the rhetoric to its final destination, right? Which is like
exactly
like the white power structure, this, that, and the third. Okay, like there's no way that a white power structure is going to be happy about a white woman having kids with a black man. Right?
Exactly. So she's giving up some. She's giving up something because she's not going to side with white supremacy if let's say she has two mixed race.
Son, you trying to put logic where logic don't belong.
No, he gonna switch it up though. He gonna be like, nah, the white power structures won't let one of their own fail though. That's why they have social services just in case, you know what I'm saying, they get up in the hood.
Yeah, now we
that's
get
why
too
white
deep.
women
Yeah.
are the top getters of welfare and whatnot, and the top getters of affirmative action and whatnot. They, bro, I promise you, gonna switch the whole shit up.
He gonna tell
He'll
you
gaslight and straw man the shit out
is
of
white supremacy. He gonna tell you that is white supremacy for the white woman to take the black man.
Right.
He gonna flip it on his head. That's
they got the whole structure set up. They got the safety net for him and everything, fam.
Who jumped on the stage?
Shalom, Mark. That's fantastic.
Oh,
my brothers. Shalom.
What you blackety black cat? What's going on?
What's happening, y'all?
Shalom,
Look,
bro.
man, I just want to share this with you guys, you brothers, man, get in on the conversation. But one of the things, man, that y'all missing is whenever Umar wakes up, this is the first affirmation that he proclaims.
Nigga. I'm 100% I'm 200% nigga.
I'm 200% nigga.
That's his daily affirmation.
That's his, when he wake up, that's his prayers in the morning. That's how he makes a lot. That's how he makes a lot.
It makes his teeth white. You understand?
Yeah, that's crazy.
He shaves to that, y'all.
Wow. That's his affirmation. I get it.
His daily affirmation, man. But you know what, though? I'm glad that Yeshua decided to tackle this. That's right, Marius. Yeah, that's his alarm clock. He got to always remind himself that's what he is, man.
Ringtone, all that.
You know,
and when that come on in the morning on his alarm clock, when he get up in the morning, he makes sure he late to work.
Right. People like Umar Johnson are a case study in and of themselves because it makes you realize just how desperate Black people in the West are to have somebody be a figurehead so they can look to them as some kind of leader or voice for themselves rather than be more industrious, you know, and look for solutions within their own selves instead of always looking for somebody to lead you. And you see that all of the hypocrisy from the pro-Black side to what we've seen in the Hebrew Israelite community, all the condemnation that they threw at the Black church, they're all guilty of it, even to a greater degree. Umar's he's nothing more than a poverty pimp, you know, and a street corner preacher. And for some reason, Revolt, you know, network, the breakfast show or whatever they call, keep giving him a platform. And without him realizing it, he's playing into the very thing that he claims to be against. They're using him as a buffoon. You know, he's just a loud fool is a good foil. And they put him out there, and it doesn't make him look intelligent to the general populace. It just lets people know these are the kind of idiots that are out there. That's really all it's doing. He thinks he's making, you know, tremendous gains, you know, and things of this sort. But he's, you know, helping him pad his pockets because why? He's their puppet, and he don't even know it.
True. Bojangles.
Yeah, he just he's the unwitting fool that thinks he's really making strides on behalf of Black people. And he's a guy that missed all the most important events in what we would consider Black history. So he's trying to spark up nostalgia and recapture the days of old and trying to embody old civil rights leaders. Let me say something, because I grew up in a pro-Black, Black power household. And I know a lot of the things that are wrong with people being raised that way, because now in my 50s, you know, I see things a lot differently, even than the way that I was raised. But because I got experience now, and we're in a different age, a different era, you know. And so if my father was still alive, I mean, he'd be in his 70s, he'd probably think differently because he was making changes even as I was growing up. But one thing I can say is the loudest leaders in the Black community since the death of Malcolm X and Martin Luther King have also been the biggest sellouts to the Black community. The people that usually make the most noise, it don't matter what city you pick or what platform you choose, are usually the people that do the least for Black people overall. It's the folks that don't seek the spotlight and work at the grassroots level that normally move the needle. And what you'll see a lot of times is these bigger names that are well known, like a Jesse Jackson or Al Sharpton, or even now some of these folks trying to be like them in some measure, like a Umar Johnson, who come in and try to piggyback on top of what other people are doing and then try to put themselves as the front runner or face of it so they can take credit for it, but they're not really the ones doing the work. It's the people
I would say they're the biggest abusers of the
Yeah,
black community.
they're huge abusers, and the people that are the least or that are the most unsung are the people that are actually getting things done, because the rest of these people are only padding their pockets. Jesse Jackson's been making millions of dollars, he and Al Sharpton, by shaking down people, by using the black community as their threat or weapon to enrich themselves. They haven't put that money they've been getting from these corporations from shaking them down back into the community. Umar Johnson and all these other guys from House of Consciousness and all this other kind of stuff, Cyrus Suit Petty and Poe Light, who's in prison now, and just about anybody else you can think of on the stage of consciousness, has really not done anything. They've done just as little or less than the black politicians that they oftentimes support or oftentimes decry for not doing enough. And so we are caught between a rock and a hard place many times. And so I don't have a problem with black people choosing to go whatever direction they feel is best for them individually, because it's already been proven just within the last 50 years that collectively, first of all, we can't get along. Then that's why we can't get together to ever do anything. So for me, at this stage in my life, I've completely given up on the idea of black unity or some type of black agenda, because it's just a pipe dream at this point. Black folks don't want that, because we got too many people fighting to try and be the voice or face of black people, and not enough people that are willing to say, look, we're all in this together. Let's work together and make our community strong, together, so that we can at least compete or have a say in the politics in our community and the economics and other things of that sort. You'll never see it. And then also this illusion of, how do you define even what's black? Black Americans think that they're the only black people on earth. And that's how pretty much we've taken that whole idea of being black on us, so much so that that's just about how everybody else sees it. And so you'll see other people who we would consider black, if from other countries or other places, they don't oftentimes consider themselves black, at least not black like us. And black Americans now, we've taken the internal racism that we've had against each other with the light skin, dark skin thing. I agree with him on that, because I see that. But we've also now used that against people from other countries. We don't really want to even be African until it's convenient. And the Hebrew Israelite movement showed me that. The Negroes are confused as to whether or not they're Israelites or Africans. And then they try to mix the two together and create some type of, conglomerate identity. And they still confused about who they are and where they are. They don't even know where Israel is now. You got them over on the Teo channel talking about it's in Ethiopia. You got another dude saying it's in the Philippines. You got folks saying it's in South Africa. Israel is everywhere except for where Israel actually is. So we just too clueless, man. And people like Umar Johnson take full advantage of that situation. I just was on a live last night with a Native American brother who, man, black folks were getting upset because he kept telling them, y'all not Native American. And you should have heard these people jumping on this man's live on TikTok trying to tell them they was 8% this or 2% that. Or, one lady even had the nerve to admit that she took advantage of a Native American grant, by claiming to be Native American, and she clearly is black. But you have all of these things, man. We still in this milieu of identity crisis, trying to figure out who we are. And then the folks who do the most complaining won't even get a DNA test. And that's what makes it easy for so-called academics or intellectuals like Umar to swoop in and take advantage of people. Because we won't educate ourselves and make better decisions. We keep propping people like this up, almost like some kind of vaudevillian act, and then wonder why we're not taken seriously in election years like this. That's my rant.
Well said, brother. Well said. You went in. No, you made some great points, man. The point about education, the point about self-educating, and really just fact-checking. Really just like that. That's really what it is. Fact-checking what these guys say. Because if you just think about it, it took us an hour and some change to really go through that video because of all of the lies, all the misconceptions, all these things that he threw out there. You're gonna have to take. It's gonna take some time. You're gonna have to really break this stuff down. Look it up. Wait a minute. Why did she play for Japan? Oh, wait a minute. Is this true? What he's saying about interracial marriage? This is why Black women are not getting married at high rates. It's because of interracial marriage. Because that's how he made it seem. And when you go look this up, none of that stuff is true. The whole Marcus Garvey thing is a lie. Marcus Garvey was a scumbag, and these people will venerate them. If you let them tell it, Marcus Garvey was one of the greatest Black African warriors of justice and peace, and banging on the beast. Meanwhile, he was in bed with the beast. He saw commonality with the beast. He saw commonality with the Anglo-Saxon Club of America, commonality with the Ku Klux Klan. Called them friends. Said the UNIA is in many ways similar with the Ku Klux Klan. This is actual history. He said that we were the first fascists, talking about the UNIA, and that Mussolini got fascism from him. So you do a little reading and a little research, you can see beyond the BS that's being presented to you. So that point was amazing. And you write about people complain the complain the most about identity and stuff like that. Don't want to take a DNA test so they can be clear on where their ancestry goes back to, because you're arguing ancestry, but you don't want to do the one tool or purchase the one tool that can give you that answer. So yeah, you made a lot of good points, man. And yeah, where there's a dearth, when there's a power vacuum, somebody like Umar is going to come in and assume that position. You know what I'm saying? We see it all over and over and over again. So yeah, man, great points.
Facts. And that fear of taking a DNA test, it already lets you know. It's a tell sign that people are already in a fantasy land that they don't want to come out of. That's a weird psychosis right there. They don't want the truth, but they want to teach you stuff. Yep. Crazy.
They're afraid to find that white grandfather.
Yeah.
That's what it is, man. They're afraid of what that DNA gonna tell, because it's gonna tell something that they don't want to know. That's why they don't even ask too many questions going too far back about even their family tree. But most Black folks stop asking questions when you get to their great grandparents. They'll tell a story they heard about a relative who they're not even sure what their relation is. Or they'll claim somebody who ain't even a relative, like Umar was claiming Frederick Douglass, until the Frederick Douglass family had to come out and say, this dude ain't got nothing to do with us. They had to denounce him.
But what ancestry test did he take to show that? Like what genealogy?
He said my mom and them told me.
He took the Negro Please test. I
Uh-huh.
heard, and I was told. They never tell you who they heard it from or who told them. But they always heard something, and then that becomes a fact. So, and that's just that's a product of our culture, man. Hearsay becomes a fact if it sounds good enough amongst us.
True.
Facts.
Hey man, y'all gotta get Maurice out of here, man. She done brought up the Shaka Amo song.
We were the one.
That's the polar opposite. That's the polar opposite of they're not like us.
Oh my gosh, man. That is, if you want to torture somebody, play that song.
I know that's right.
How you decide which one is more important is very simple. It's based on your ideology. If your ideology is blackity black, most likely you're gonna say out of song because it says African, sub-Saharan African. That's all you need to see. You can be like, okay, I'm gonna cling on to my out of song groups. That's what Teo them did. Because the Y DNA was obviously Caucasian, mountain ranges is where that goes back to. So they was like, no. We're not going to pay attention to that. Let's just deal with the 70% or whatever percentage of African that I have. And I'm just sticking with that. Or I've seen brothers that completely deny their Y DNA go straight to the mother side and say, listen, all that matters is mother. It's L3. I'm L3. That's all that matters. Don't pay attention to the R1B.
We go out of prophecies, brother. The prophecies, not Edomites science, brother. It's the prophecies.
Yeah. So basically, to answer the question, basically whatever they want to go by that supports their idea of identity already, pre-existing the DNA test. Whatever they believe before, whatever they think that can back it up, they're going to go with that.
Caitlin Clark, how you feel about everything that's going on with her right now?
The situation involving Caitlin Clark, I believe, is unfortunate for her because she has been relatively modest and quiet since entering the WNBA. I think the problem is that the white power structure and the WNBA has an agenda to make Caitlin Clark the athletic face of the league. Now, they can make her the marketing face of the league, but it's going to be difficult to make her the athletic face of the league because she is not to the WNBA what LeBron James was to the NBA. She's not a Luka Doncic or Nikola Jokic. She's not a Larry Bird, if you will. And so the problem, as I see it, is the WNBA wants to pass off responsibility for Caitlin.
She is the Larry Bird, just like they're using Miss Reese as the basically the Magic Johnson. So yeah, they're playing a game. You know, I don't have no problem with them saying that, him saying that they're playing a game, but he just like, oh my God,
he's getting to the point that it's all racially motivated. Like Caitlin Clark's the first damn white fucking woman in the WNBA. But
no,
it's
she's not. But I mean, from a marketing point of view, I see why they're doing what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? I see why they're doing what they're doing, and they're using people's emotions. They're using everybody's emotions to catapult the WNBA into the stratosphere by using race and people's emotions. So I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, UMAR is using race. I mean, people can be popular just because they're popular. Because this same audience is the reason why all these LeBron James, Stephen Curry, the same audience are buying their merch, filling the seats. These same white people, because I'm just going to bring it out. Same white people are filling the seats, buying the tickets. You know what I'm saying? Supporting the brand, supporting the players, whether they're black or white, is still doing it. This girl is extremely popular. Now it's a problem because she's bringing the popularity to the sport. Now it's an issue. Of course, Umar's gonna have an issue with that. She the wrong goddamn color.
And he trying to front like she can't play. And I'm like, meanwhile, she damn near just tied the All-Star game assist record.
Right. Yep. Yeah.
Clark not being the instant athletic phenom they want her to be. They want to pass off that responsibility onto the black women of the WNBA. And it appears that they're trying to push a narrative that says Caitlin Clark isn't able to maximize her talents on the court because she's being bullied by these much larger black women. And that simply isn't true. Basketball is a competitive sport. You play to compete. That is the nature of athletics. So shaming and blaming black women for competing against Caitlin Clark when you all took it upon yourselves.
Let's keep it a stack. Anybody watching the WNBA knows that the girls hit Clark with the Jordan rules and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Like the Pistons did back in the 90s with it. You know what I'm saying? Like she is getting beat up. And she's taking the shots. And she's playing through it. And she's getting better as the season goes on. That's crazy.
You know what the excuse was? We all go through it. All rookies go through it. Yeah.
No, she's doing what any athlete.
It's still Bush League. Just because more people do it does not excuse it. And y'all doing it to a popular person. This is the same thing with Michael Jordan. Yeah, the Detroit Pistons would play that style against other basketball players. They would get called out on it, but when they did it to Jordan, the league got involved. And they implemented. Hold on, real quick, Sean. Hold on. They implemented the flagrant 2 foul, where not only the opposing team gets a shot or 2 shots, your ass get ejected. Why? Because Michael Jordan was the money. Michael Jordan was the future of the NBA. So he had that goddamn pull, and that changed the game. Anyway, go ahead. What were you saying, Sean?
I was saying she's doing what any athlete worth their salt would do. Is take the licks and persevere. Look at how Larry Bird used to get beat up on the court. And look what he did. That's what I'm saying. Like, this is really, to me, some of the conversations around this, she has no athletic ability and this, that, and the third. She's a goddamn athlete. She's out there competing. She's taking the beatings and she's persevering. So that's nothing to do
Anybody
with
saying
her
that ain't
color.
watched her play, fam. Anybody saying that ain't watched her play.
Yeah, she's doing what she's supposed to do.
When I watched her play, she's one of the most athletic players on the court. She's not stiff like a lot of the taller girls are. She's very fluid with her movement. She got great hand-eye coordination. She's quick. She's a great shooter, and she knows how to pass that ball, man. So,
and she's cerebral.
I was so surprised at her passing game, OG, when she came up. I was like, wow, you got dimes. I was like, okay.
I'm not going to put either of those girls against each other and try to claim this or that or who's better than both of them. Came into the league as rookies, and they do as athletes who are supposed to be worth their salt, going to persevere and show their athletic skills and their cerebral understanding of the game through their play, and they're both doing it. So, it's just crazy to me how people want to pick sides over this nonsense.
The only difference between the two is one of them is more marketable based upon their style of play, right? Like, so Caitlin Clark has like the modern day, like deep ball, you know what I'm saying, game to where Reese that's not her style or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And so, but I agree with you. When I like the analogy you gave with the Larry Bird, Magic Johnson concept when they both came in the league and whatnot, because that's exactly how they're being used now. But like, Kayla's getting paid more because she's more marketable in today's game, I think. Because they both got a fame during the NCAA playoffs and whatnot. But the way Caitlin plays, it makes you want to watch.
Yeah, she's good, man. I mean, she made me want to watch her play. I like Angel Reese too, So I paid, like I said, the WNBA for the last 20 years for me really has been non-existent. I ain't started getting interested, man, again until women's college basketball ramped it up again. And then I wanted to see what the next, group was going to do in the WNBA if they could elevate the league, man, because, bruh, I ain't looked at a WNBA game in so long. Like somebody said, man, I had 2 tickets for a WNBA game. I sat them on top of a car, went into the store for 20 minutes, came back, and there were 4 tickets.
How about that?
Right.
But look, hate is Sister Merez just dropped something here. But hate is marketable.
Mm-hmm.
America has made money off of hate forever. Larry Holmes and Cooney. Like, you know what I'm saying? Hate is what makes money. Corporations know that, so it's marketable. Hate is marketable.
Well, that's what keep the pro-black carousel turning too.
Exactly.
You said it earlier. You have to have a boogeyman to fight. And that's the thing with all of these hate groups or people that have that hateful type of ideology. See, you can be pro-black without being a pro-black hater. All that means is you are concerned for the welfare and well-being of what's now classified as black people, especially in the West, and you want to see us rise to a position of being economically and socially competitive in some of these other markets and things of that sort, and have fair access to all of the other things that we see other people taking advantage of. But at the same time, you don't have to hate other people because they're ahead of you. You have to re-strategize so that you catch up. And one of the problems I feel is holding Black people back are these pro-Black hate mongers. It is the pro-Black theological and ideological groups that we have amongst us, because they don't ever teach us to do the things that are most necessary to advance the collective as a whole. How many times do you hear Hebrew Israelites talk about economics and all of these other things? You know, the only time they bring up stuff like that is when they trying to sell you something. Buy my books, buy my shoes, buy my videos, invest in some land in Africa that ain't yours and that you ain't gonna never see or have. We've been scammed so much by our own people. You know, in real estate, Boyce Watkins scamming people with this other guy down here in Atlanta. And then we had another Atlanta real estate scammer. And so what we see happening a lot of times with us is we damage our own people. And then you got people like UMAR who beat this drum, you know, constantly just to drum up nostalgia and emotions. You hear other people doing the same thing. Now they got other folks the same. And I tell you that it's amazing to me how they copy the same structure that they claim they want to topple. So the same way TBN and all these other, you know, white-owned evangelical talk shows run all these programs to get people all emotional, to send them money. That's the same thing you see these other folks doing. Same thing. Same thing. Get you to invest in stuff by telling you they make their money off of telling you everybody else is the devil except us, while they act like the devil towards you just as much as everybody else.
So this is a point I want to make too. I was speaking about this the other day with somebody that, you know, we speak about oppression all the time, right? You know, the community, the Black community, the so-called Black community speak about oppression all the time and how long we've been, you know, oppressed. At this point, we know the playbook. How we living under the same playbook, you know, of this so-called oppression or this oppression, and not figure out how to you know, how to build, even though we have the playbook, we have the other teams playbook, we have the whole book. How have we not figured out with the playbook in our hand to be able to beat them at their own game?
Hold on, son. You doing the UMAR thing. You doing the we shit. There are brothers and sisters that figured out not to beat them at their own game, but to just be successful human beings.
Well, I agree with that. I'm not knocking that. I'm saying that because I figured it out myself.
Exactly.
But I'm saying that as if we're going to say as a collective, how have the rest of us not figured out the game plan? If you go, let's say you say, well, they give us the worst schools to go to. All right, you go to the worst schools, you're in that situation, you maximize that situation. You go to the bullshit school and you try to be the best student in that bullshit school. Now you graduate, you move on from high school into college. Now, because you might have went to a school that was subpar in education and you was an outstanding student, you still may not be able to get into a college that, you know, one of the top colleges in the country because your education was subpar. So what do? Whatever hand they give you, you use. So now you might have to go to a 2-year college to get your grades up, to prove yourself before you get to a university, like a D1 university, you know what I'm saying? Like a Syracuse University, you know what I'm saying? So you go and you go to the subpar junior college and you make your bones there. You get the best grades you can and then you move on. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know the game plan already. You know they're giving you if you know they're giving you the worst of the worst, then you maximize the worst. How they said, you give me lemons, you make lemonade, right?
Yeah,
And you
but
keep moving up. So
these
people
people,
don't think like that. You're right, bro. I know what you're about to say. People don't think like that because they listen to dudes like this fool on the
exactly,
goddamn screen.
exactly. Victimhood, bro. It ain't about being a victor. It's being a victim all the time. So I
Don't
love
be
it.
mad. Yeah, don't be mad because you couldn't go, you ain't get the best education, or you couldn't go to this university. You didn't wasn't afforded the opportunity. No, you take what you got. You take what bullshit they give you and you maximize the situation. You
Being a victim
maximize
is a
at every step. If you go play this victim role, then I ain't got nothing to see. I'm saying I'm gonna watch you and I'm gonna let you stay a goddamn victim.
facts, because being a victor is against the whole ideology and whatnot, right? Like if you're a if you want to be a victor, you're an enemy to their ideology because they need to stay in that victimhood status and whatnot, right? Because if you're not on the perpetual plantation of perpetual pain and suffering and everything that comes along with what they sell you, because again they got to sell you hatred and being unhappy, right? Because you're not going nowhere, you're not progressing nothing. It's perpetual oppression. That's the concept, right? That's the plantation. Is your religion and your belief system is perpetual oppression that never ends.
The problem is we, or I don't want to say they, we're oppressing ourselves. Because if I say they, then it's like I'm excluding myself from the fray. And I'm not excluded from the fray. I just figured out the goddamn game. So, and I'm hoping that, I'm saying, generations going forward in my family knows the game too. I made sure my kids are educated. You understand? I made a way for me to get into a position where everybody could be educated. You know what I mean? And so they're all educated. All of them have degrees. They're doing very well, and I'm hoping that continues.
Look, I want to say something about like environment and where you grew up. I grew up in the hood, Rose Hill. I grew up in those cities. I'm pretty sure other brothers in this panel grew up in the hood. But I remember my mother distinctly telling me, "You can't go over there with them. You can't spend the night over this brother's house, this boy's house. You can't." It was certain limitations that were placed on me as a young child for a reason. Why? Because everything in the hood ain't good. You know what I'm saying?
She was at about her business. If we're gonna keep it frank, she was about her business as a parent.
Exactly. So what I'm saying is, you have people in those situations that will shield their children, shield their seed, even in these environments, and try to give them the best opportunity that they can give them. Right. But what most people will do is say the environment is the crutch.
Right. If you're about standards, you're not about the struggle. That's the cold part, bro.
Yep.
If you got
Yeah,
standards,
I wasn't allowed to use certain things as a crutch growing up in my house. You know what I'm saying? I'm from East New York, Brooklyn. I wasn't allowed. I was not allowed to use certain shit as a crutch.
Same here. Yeah, same here, man. I mean, like I said, I grew up in a pro-black household, man. My father is one of the earliest members of the Black Panther Party. He's one of their probably first 50 members, maybe first 30. That's how early it was when he joined. And so I always grew up with this, the pro-black ideology. And I don't regret that because I learned a lot of great things, in my rearing under my father and things of this sort. But as I've grown and developed as a man, and that was probably the greatest lesson was my dad was like, you don't have to be me, you need to be you. And so that's the lesson from him that I take, to heart the most, is I saw my father changing and coming around to things. And I have made some changes, that probably would shock people, that knew me. And again, I still am very much looking out for the interests of, Black people as a collective, but I'm not on that whole Pan-African thing. First of all, I think Pan-Africanism is a failed ideology. It has not produced the results or benefits and things that people were promoting it, to produce at one time.
It's archaic and it never worked because people on the continent are tribal in the first place.
Exactly.
You can't be a Pan-Africanist, right? You can't be a Pan-Africanist in Africa. You can only be a Pan-Africanist you can only be a Pan-Africanist in the West.
Right. You're not going to go to Africa and all of a sudden tell 3,000 tribes that speak over 2,000 languages, that this is what we're doing. And that's one of the other issues too, because everybody over there is like, what y'all talking about? They're not in agreement with us, and then they don't see things the way that we do. We on opposite ends of the world with two totally different views. Doesn't mean we don't have a passion, again, to see people that we consider to be, our people based on, phenotype, which is really weak, now that we know better. But at the same time, man, you can't stay stuck in that mentality because you're not going to go forward with the rest of humanity. You got to start figuring out a way to overcome the things that we've been shuffling and singing and marching about, or we going to just stay stuck where we are. And if you listen to people like UMAR, he'll keep you stuck in the 60s. UMAR will never let you move forward, and him and a lot of people, because that's what they always go back to. They always go back to those tropes. They always try to portray that type of behavior. His whole get-up, his whole presentation, all the dashikis, all the memorabilia, all these different titles that he gives himself, and things of this sort, he's trying to spark that imagery or that ideology. For a while, he was going around promoting himself as the so-called Black Messiah, the one who fulfilled the FBI letter that was created by J. Edgar Hoover. That ain't no real prophecy. And then also, it's counterintelligence. Hoover and them allowed that to be released because they knew it would spark up more division and competition amongst Black folks that they were targeting, because everybody gonna want to be the one that's the Black Messiah. So everybody got to come to them. They studied the game real well. And we gave them all the information, and we gave them all the answers on the test for free. And that's why all of you look back, all these Black organizations failed. And they didn't fall from the outside. It wasn't COINTELPRO that destroyed the Black Panthers. It was the Black Panthers that destroyed the Black Panthers. Because they allowed these cracks and things in their movements to be open that allowed that other stuff to come in. So once we see that things that we tried before don't work, you have to come up with different solutions. You got to do better planning. And one of the things that we got to stop doing is allowing these poverty pimps, and these pro-Black evangelists to keep us being tossed to and fro in a bunch of nostalgia and emotionalism that goes nowhere. This man's life is a warning. He's been promising a school for about 15 years now. You haven't seen it. You saw a building that he can't renovate and restore and get anything going. When questioned about the money, it always was an issue. This dude is a billboard for red flags. Yet Black folks keep talking about, oh, he's so well spoken, how brilliant he is. And they keep pushing him on all these different platforms. And he hasn't produced anything. He has children he hasn't seen and doesn't take care of. He has Black women who have stories about how he's a womanizer and how he's always going for the cookies, as he calls it. And yet this is the kind of person that we push and promote. And it reminds me of the same dynamic amongst our community when somebody graduate from college. Oh, let me borrow $20. Man, get out of here. You ain't nobody's boss. Dude come home from prison. Yo, barbecue, block party. We celebrate the fools and we relegate the wise people that could help move us forward and actually get things done to being sellouts, Negro peons, and all these other racial epithets that we create and things of this sort. And then we take the same racial construct and paradigm and we so married to it now we can't divorce ourselves from it because we need it to survive. And that's why I said earlier, that white supremacy has just become a type of intellectual welfare that keeps failed pro-Black ideology well fed. The pro-Black mindset depends on it for survival. And so the question is, can we offer solutions to Black people in America without trying to galvanize them emotionally by using the past atrocities of white people against us? It's history now. What you gonna do in the present? You got to create new history. You can't keep going back to old history and never coming forward with a solution.
Facts. Man, we stuck in a quagmire, family. Well, I ain't, but
Neither am I, fam. Like, I'm not, like
And I want to make this
we all
clear.
had our Pan African phase, right? And
Yeah,
it's
facts.
so we understand the mentality, right? And we understand what goes into the mentality. It's not going to take root in the modern generation. It's not like they're not going to take this ideology and run with the family. It doesn't make sense to them. It's
No, it
too.
doesn't.
You keep saying the right word, bro. Like it's archaic and whatnot, and you can't do nothing with it. Like it's you. So for instance, like Black Tastic was just saying, like you can't build nothing new with this ideology because it has to keep you suspended in a past that doesn't progress anywhere. It just keeps you oppressed and whatnot.
Facts.
It can't do nothing but die.
And I want to make this clear. As a child, as a young man and a young adult, you know, I was street poisoned because of where I came from. You know, and I ain't knocking anybody who was touched by the streets or street poison, right? But you know, most people who do a little bit more critical thinking throughout those periods in their life seem to progress. It might be a slow progression, or you know, you might not have reached your full potential, but you figure out how to sustain and be able to create a future for yourself and for your family. So, you know, for me, that's what it should be about. And once you get there, and once you remove yourself from a certain element, and now you can raise your family, and you know, when you begin to have a family, you can move them out of an area before they get street poison. You know, you have a surviving chance. Um, you know, like we're stuck in a quagmire, and I'm hoping that people really take heed to what's going on around them, you know, and it seems like we don't. Even as grown people, we love our ears tickled. We love to hear the stories. We want to hold on to certain narratives, and we don't want to let go, and we want to play the victim. It's not going to work. You're going to just create a whole nother generation of victims or people with victimhood mentality. Yeah, that's the best I could put it.
Yeah, these young heads want answers, though. You know what I'm saying? And the ideology doesn't give them answers or whatnot. They want answers so bad that they'll make up the answers. You understand what I'm saying? So, like I said, this is DOA, man. Like I went from being a Pan Africanist to being a Pan Nationalist, right? Because I recognize that, like, if we're going to advance in any way, shape, or form, like we have to advance acknowledging our differences and whatnot. We can't advance pretending that we're all the same and whatnot, right? It's not going to work. Otherwise, you start sounding like this guy. You can't.
We're not all the same, but we still have to cooperate.
Right,
We
and
have
that's
to
the whole
get to
point
that
about acknowledging the
conclusion.
differences and whatnot, right?
Yeah, 100%. I agree with you.
I think that Malcolm had it all messed up when he was like, "You got to leave your religion at the door." We're like, "No, we got to bring the religion with us. So we got to know what everyone else got to protect it with, our belief systems, our cultures, whatever we deem to be important and whatnot, right? Like that's what, like let's say somebody's a Muslim and somebody else is a Christian, someone else is whatever, right? Like we got to understand what the other person needs protected in terms of a culture and whatnot, right? Because like that's how we get down as a community. We should be trying to protect each other like that, right? And so this whole concept of putting down what makes us different is, I think, is what the weakness is in the whole concept of Pan-Africanism, because you can't make everybody one thing. We weren't one thing in Africa. We weren't one thing coming off the slave ship, and we will never be one thing going back to Africa, right? In any way, shape, or form. So even if you try to go forward and create something new, the only way I think it could be done in a way to where it's positive for a community is if it acknowledges the differences within the community. I can't think of a single community that's a monolith, right? That has only one way of doing things and whatnot, that advances that way. Even if you look at like the Jewish community at large or whatnot, there's not one type of Jewishness. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. And they're at odds with each other. So, you know, if they could be at odds with each other and still go against, you know, their common enemies, then, you know, we can too. But so Yeshub left, and I have to agree with him. I have to get up in like 2 more hours, so I'm a bounce out too. If you brothers want to stay on, that's cool. You know, just hold it down. And
yeah, I'll close it out. I got to jump out.
I'm gonna get off, man. I'm just gonna send y'all this ringtone for y'all to get up in the morning on your alarm.
All right.
I'm 100% nigga. Nigga. I'm 200% nigga.
Just don't forget.
That's a good one, bro. Yo, DM me that. We gonna snatch that up.
Just don't forget. Wake up with your UMAR 10-4 hat on.
Facts. All right, but I'm out, fam. Yap.
Yeah.
Yap, shalom, y'all.